Good morning. Good morning. I think I'm live. I'm pretty sure I'm live. Still learning how to work StreamYard, and it is obviously way too early in the morning. Y'all gonna have to deal with this morning. Because I literally today rolled out the bed, man. I just rolled out the bed, bro. Like, so you just got to deal with the headpiece. But happy Friday, everybody. Happy Friday. Is Zeke live in the morning? We are on. We are live. So glad you're here. When you get on this morning, just bear with me as I'll keep wiping my eyes. I haven't had my coffee yet or anything else like that. I'm telling y'all gonna have to deal with my. What does this one say? I forget what this one says. But this is one of those little hats that you get in Europe. They gave it to me one time when I was there, maybe a couple years ago. I got two of these. I got one from the Soul Children, the Oslo Soul Children. And I got one from, I think, Mornin's group got me this in Gothenburg, Sweden. So you're going to have to deal with this today because I am not sweet under here. Also, I got on my T-shirt, reference the project from Sova Gospel Choir out in Geneva, Switzerland. So shout out to them. I got on my gear today. I'm telling y'all, I look like a bum. I look like I'm about to go hunting. Feel free to write in the comments about how horrible I look this morning. It's okay. Because I know it. It's sleeping cat. I brushed my teeth, made some coffee, and came in here and turned this thing on. So let's see here. Let's get some stuff going here. My co-hosts are running late. We all having issues with internets and interwebs and all those things like that. So they'll be joining on. But good morning. Today we got a really exciting live cast going on. We got my girl, Miss Jamaica Lachey. She'll be joining us at some point during the show today. So please do me a favor. Make sure you go and you tag and you share and you come on down. Have a good vibe with us. We have a good time over here on Zeke Live in the morning, and we want to make sure we help you get your day started really nice. We have cool conversations. We talk about whatever comes to mind, random stuff. So, as y'all learned yesterday, I'm still learning how to work. This. So this week, literally, all we've done this week is figure out how to work StreamYard. So that's what I'm doing. I'm just learning how to work this month. So maybe we'll see the comments today. We got to see them yesterday. The Facebook ones at least. Instagram was Instagram and being weird. And I think that they're feeling weird again because I can once again not see my comments. What a goofy setup. I don't know what that's all about. But let me see. Let me see if I can get to it. Nope, I think I just did something wrong. So Instagram, maybe y'all not even there anymore. I don't know. We'll figure it out in a minute. So we'll see what happens today. We'll figure it out. But today, like I said, we got a good show. We got Jamaica Lachey coming on. I'm trying to make sure the Facebook stuff gets together. So once I get my co-host on there, I can figure that out again. But I'm wondering, while we're first getting started and as we're going, just start tagging, some people. Make sure that you subscribe. I want to put this in the atmosphere. We are on YouTube. I'm just gonna be honest with y'all. I ain't got nobody on YouTube. I've never worked YouTube. I ain't never worked YouTube like that. I never took advantage of that medium, that platform. So I also want to build that side of it. And I will say this: at some point, we'll probably go like to a YouTube only type of model, like way down the line, if we can build it up high enough, because that's what it actually is. So I want y'all to go and find youtube.com. In fact, I'm gonna type it in the banner. I want y'all to go to youtube.com. If you're from the old school, you say http://www.youtube.com/Zeke Live. So go over there. Make sure that you please subscribe. Make sure that you please subscribe to my YouTube channel, because as we start building that up, that's where we are definitely going to start plugging the show. Real quick, I want to bring to the stage my illustrious co-host, Mr. Eric Ryder. I hope he's ready. He's backstage right now. I'm about to bring him to the stage. Hopefully he's ready. Y'all know I just rolled out of bed.
It's early.
Bro, when I say I just rolled out of bed, like cheers. Good morning. Cheers, bro.
Right. Yeah, I'm struggling. My eyes are so red. And again, I'm gonna put these on because my eyes are red. I had a good few drinks last night. That's what it looks like. So, we'll fix that. I hope everybody's doing well. Like Zeke said, please share and all that good stuff. Who's coming today? Jamaica?
Yeah, Jamaica's coming. She was backstage a minute ago. It looked like she got clocked out, so we're gonna bring her on in a minute. But yeah, we're gonna bring her on a little bit and talk about some cool stuff with her. I think today's conversation is really gonna be centered around being encouraged as an artist and getting started as an artist, and Jamaica's really getting going. We had a good bit of that conversation yesterday with our special guest, Ari Simone. Shout out to Ari Simone. What an excellent show we had with her. That was real fun. That was real good. And her fiance boo, her fiance Jay Keys releasing his project. Oh, dude, I set you up. I thought you was gonna say never heard of. I was trying to set you up for it.
I was gonna ask, was it all in the same key, the whole project? I know he can't.
All in D flat and A flat. That's
right. He can't. He ain't got it like that.
That's how you make it real churchy. You put everything in D flat, E flat, A flat. If you want to be real cool, put one song in B flat and one song in F. And then,
like you said, he ends everything with E. He ends everything on the four. But no,
you move mountains.
Right. That's what. And congratulations, Keys, on your project. You know, he's doing good, man. He's out here doing stuff with his band he put together and all that.
Yeah.
Ari's doing her thing.
Yeah, last live show I did, I hit Keys up. You know, I didn't do any of the calling the band or anything. I just hit Keys up. And he asked me what I wanted. I said, how much would it cost me? He, got everybody's prices and everything, put it together. We did the show, and it was a dope show. Of course, I'm always going to be partial to my guys, Sam and Phil. Shout out to Sam and Phil. And, of course, Keys was on the keys, obviously, right?
It was funny. I went to church the other week with my daughter to visit. And Sam was there. Sam was the bass player of the church.
Really? What church was you in? Indiana?
Yeah.
Oh, what church is that? That's what Sam plays now.
Pastor Frederick Ward is right off of it's like Klein Avenue and 159th Street, right over there.
Oh, yeah, no. Sam told me he was playing at a church in Indiana, and then I got on the phone. I didn't ask him which one it was.
It's close. It's about maybe from you about maybe 15 minutes.
I'm gonna have to go sneak in on him one Sunday or something like that.
Sam was killing. I said, "Who is this on the bass?" Because the keyboard player I know, he's the young guy and the drummer, and they have loops going. The church has a good praise team; they all can sing. And the pastor of the church, Fred Ward, is a monster on the keys. So
what's the name of the church? I feel like I've driven past this a number of times. I've seen his name on the thing,
and I know the name of the church too. It'll come to me.
Yeah.
And
good. Well, shout out to Pastor Fred Ward.
Yeah, man. Dude be up there playing, like I said, on the keys, he's crazy. But during service, he starts singing and making up songs on the spot. And the band is all young guys. And they get with him. And they do from trap style beats on Sunday. The beat changes. The guy changes the MC. So they do worship style.
See, I need that energy around me.
They kill.
Well, shout out to Fred Ward. Sam is like my little brother. So, I've always felt like I'm overprotective of him. So, even though he's a full-grown man, he's a full-grown man.
Yeah, he's like, what's that, The Office.
Right.
When that dwarf was in there, he said he had the strength of 10 full-grown men. No, funniest things. Good morning to Cynthia Barnes. What's up, John?
That's my aunt. So I got to figure out how to do this thing again. Apparently, I got to do this every time we get on. It said I can save it, but it won't let me. So I got to figure out.
For the comments on the side?
Yeah, man. It's like
John,
a privacy setting. It's a privacy setting. Like, I got to So, like, after I start the broadcast, I got to go find my whole thing. Then I got to, it's so dumb. StreamYard, y'all need to do something about that. I don't like that. StreamYard and Facebook. Y'all know what we out here doing. Y'all need to figure it out. So let me figure that out. Let me figure that out. Talk to the people for a minute, E, while
I got you while you doing it.
I'm gonna go and figure that out so we can get the comments going the right way. It's so dumb.
So everybody, please share. You know what I'm saying? Share this. What we got going right now. I'm looking at it too, but while Zeke figures that out, everybody, please share the what we're doing today. Like you said, today we have Jamaica Lachey on here. We're going to talk about the music business. We're going to talk about disappointment. We're going to talk about how to thrive and how to accomplish your goals. It's going to be a serious conversation because some things that are going to be said are going to be true. It may seem a little like, ooh, that was rough, but it's going to be a fact of everything. Chris Hood, what's going on, Chris Hood? Thanks for joining us here. Everybody, I'm not trying to be cool. Like I said, it's early morning. My eyes are red. These will come off once we get moving. But everybody in the comments, again, thank you. Please share. Good morning, Mrs. Scott. YouTube, you know what? We're going to put a YouTube link at the bottom for what Zeke has. Zeke got to put that YouTube link up. Oh, there it is, right there. YouTube.
Right there, yeah. YouTube.com/Zeke Lock. Matter of fact, I need Hood to just show me how to make this thing work.
Oh, we can see that, John Johnson. Yes, we can.
Yes, we can see
John.
So what is this about John Johnson? I need to figure this out. Why does John Johnson's comments always show up and nobody else's?
And I'm responding through YouTube to him. That's crazy. Because I did log into YouTube live. So you see my misspell.
Is he on YouTube with us? No, he's on Facebook. I see you on YouTube. Facebook. Yeah, I see you on YouTube.
Yeah,
y'all, as y'all can clearly see, we are struggling.
Yeah.
And it's too early in the morning. Like,
you know what? And I actually have somebody who understands this, Aisha, who works with Fred, and she said, hey, I'll jump on and help moderate and get some of that stuff going. So
yeah,
he'll be with us Monday.
Bet. We're looking for moderators and people to help out, y'all. As y'all can see, we out here doing it ourselves. It's early in the morning and we don't know what we're
trying
to be on with the people. But nonetheless, so this is what I'm going to do because I want to make sure we bring
slide down from the Facebook. From what?
I
slide down from the Facebook. Man, you said it like you 95 years old. The Facebook. you gotta do that again. But yeah, today is gonna be. Oops, I'm so sorry, everybody. It's early. Trying to set up.
What just happened? You dropped your phone?
What happened?
I don't know. No, you still there?
Oh yeah. My phone.
I wasn't looking at the screen and I heard a big bump.
We got to, we got to do the Jamaica. Well, she might be listening. We got to. So I'm gonna send it to you in the private chat.
So yesterday I went to rehearsal last night, right? Well, y'all know I had acting classes on Tuesday night. No, I'm sorry, Wednesday. What is today? Friday or Thursday? Friday. Today's Friday. So I went to acting classes on Wednesday night, and that went late, of course. Then last night I had rehearsal. I went to an event down in Harvey. Shout out to J.R. Jordan. He was bringing up his event that he had. So I went through and I caught that, and it was a really good event. They had some good resources, good companies, good folks that I had a chance to connect with and meet. So I get to, some follow-up context I get to have in regards to my organization. And then from there, had a meeting. And then we had rehearsal, had to jump straight into a rehearsal where we had to learn like 9 songs, because there's 11 songs total, for Women's Day for our guest, worship leader. And I had to just kind of run the rehearsal and all that. So by the time I got home, bro, I was so exhausted because the last 2 days done, like flunked out. Like it was, I think I finally got home and in bed like midnight. I didn't even get in bed. I just sat on the couch. And then I had when you get so tired, you end up having like super wild dreams.
Yeah.
So, okay, you ever had a dream so wild, you was like, I got to write this down. Right. So I had a dream so wild, I said I had to write it down. And then I did not write it down, because I fell back asleep, right? So I fell back asleep. I was like, I'm not writing that down. And then I fell asleep and had an even wilder dream than the one before. So I woke up this morning, I had to talk it out. I didn't write it down, but as I was getting set up, I was talking into my phone about this dream. It was like a lot of weird stuff. It was people there too, like Hood was in my dream, Sam was in my dream. Callie, a dude I went to school with named Jeremiah was in my dream. I ain't seen him in 20 years, and he was in my dream.
That's wild.
But so here I'll give you a couple of the key highlights, a couple of the key wild highlights. So
and everybody keep sharing, by the way.
Yeah, keep sharing. So in the first dream, I'll give you a couple key highlights. I won't walk you all the way through it. But a couple key highlights. One, there was some chick that showed up to my parents' house. But they lived like in a mansion. I was out there and I was washing my hands. Some chick knocks on the door. And like she like had a body. Like she was banging. She was like scantily clad. Like, you know, face was all right. But, you know, she was scantily clad and all that.
Right.
So she starts talking. Like, I open the door and she says, "This is what we doing the OnlyFans video." And I'm like, what? I couldn't hear it. She said, "This is what we doing the OnlyFans video." And so I still can't hear it. So I'm like, I can't hear you. So I got a little closer to her, you know. And then she was like missing a lot of teeth and all this stuff like that. And then she said a little louder, she says, "Is this what we're shooting the OnlyFans video?" And I'm like, "Oh, no, you got the wrong house." Like, hey, you at the wrong house. So, you know, she's like, "All right, cool." You know, she goes to leave. And then something like tells me to reopen the door. So I open the door up again and I'm just like, "Yo, are you cool?" Like, you know, because she looked like she had nowhere to go. And so she had like a garment bag and something else like sitting on the floor, like on the ground in front of my parents' house, you know. And so, you know, so I'm asking her, like, "Are you okay? Are you good? You got somewhere to go? Clearly you finna do an OnlyFans video for some money or something." So I'm just asking, like, "Where are you going? Like, who are you looking for? Like, I know the people in the neighborhood. Who are you looking for?" And she pulled up a picture of somebody that she didn't know or whatever. So long story short, I bring her in. She thinks that I'm like offering her to be able to stay. I'm like, "No, you gotta ask my parents. This is their house. This ain't my house." Like, because she ain't had nowhere to go. So I'm like, "No, you gotta ask them. That's not my decision to make." So then she's like, "Well, I think I want to give my life to Jesus." And I'm like, "Oh, you know how I am. I'm fully myself." I'm like, "Oh, don't tell me that we can." You know, all that whole, you know, the whole preacher thing. Don't tell me that. Right. So then my Aunt Marlene, for some reason, is there. My mom, there's a whole bunch of people here. People I don't know, people I do know. Like, there's a lot of people there. So everybody, like, kind of my aunt started praying for her and stuff like that. And then I go, like, super skeptical. I go, like, "This is set up." I was like, "This is set up." And no sooner than I said that, like, a drunk, like, older white lady, like, bogarts through the door. She's got, like, a glass of wine, like, white wine. And she like comes through the door and she's like threatening, like, "You gotta see that, this, that, and other stuff." And like my dad, you know, he's an ex-cop, ex-SWAT team, all of that stuff. So like him and some other dude jump straight into action. And like my dad does like a flip over the floor and stuff like that. Dude, they pull out a gun and they shoot her in the shin. They shot her in the shin. This is I told you it's a wild dream. So then we ended up covering somebody up. I don't know who it was. Like, I'm not saying it was my dad. I just don't know who it was. They covered somebody up, but the lady was still alive because she got back up. Now she has like a knife and she's going to threaten. And so I go in the kitchen. Remember, I was in the kitchen. And I grabbed a cast iron skillet. And it was like, it felt like James Bond because like I can see it like point of view. Like I flipped it in the air like this, caught it, and then I tossed it like a frisbee and like popped it in the head. She was back. Wow. And then like some dude, like her son, comes running in. And he's got like a knife, and then he gives a knife to his mom, and she gets up. So I go back in the kitchen, I get a chopping knife, I run over to her, and I slit her throat, and then my alarm went off. That's all I remember dreaming. I was like, "Yo, that's wild. I got to write it down." But I went back to sleep.
What kind of
weird dream is that? Right?
That was weird.
Well, if you think that was weird, wait till you hear the second one. So I went back to sleep.
John said that's a very detailed dream.
Yes, and that's not even all the details. That's the abridged version. That's the abridged version. So I go back to sleep. Now I'm at church. Me and my wife are sitting third row from the back. Now, you know my church has a theater. But for some reason, this theater looks like an arena now. It don't look like the theater at APC. It looks like an arena. Like, I'm sitting, for some reason, like in the middle section, third row from the back. I don't know why I was sitting back there. But I went back there with my wife. And I look over, and in the last row, a little bit to my right, is a dude, and I look at him, and I turn over to my wife, and I say, "He a porn star." I don't know what I must. Y'all, so let me preface this. My wife, y'all know my wife has sickle cell. She's in the hospital. I'm a newlywed man. I got needs. I'm not getting them needs met right now. So it's a lot of weird stuff going on in my dreams, I think. So my wife, she's like, "What?" By the time she says what, because like she's just not catching on to what I'm saying. I'm like, "I think that dude a porn star." No sooner than I said that, I turn around and look, and okay. All right, y'all, guard your kids real quick. He's got his thing out in church, right? and a girl is like, the girl to his right is like, she's doing her thing, right? So, and I look at it like, I'm like, oh my God, like, don't nobody see this? And I notice it, like, sitting on the outside aisle, it's like two dudes hiding behind the chairs with like cameras. So these dudes done came into church to film like a porn scene during church while Pastor Bill is preaching. So I look over to my wife and I'm going like, yo, and then I realize like the cops are like coming up. So somebody done caught it. And so they go to escort him out. And I'm like, what in the world? And then like a whole row of chicks, like they must have been like porn stars, prostitutes, whatever, get up and they're like following behind him as the cops are escorting him out. But a bunch of them go towards the front to sit down in the front. Now I done got up and I'm following all of them. So I'm going over there and I'm shouting out like, yo, where the men at? Didn't nobody notice this? Like I'm shouting out, where the men at? Didn't nobody see what's going on? And right when I said that, then Pastor Bill, he's preaching. Shout out to Bill Ellis. So he's preaching and he goes, yo, where are the men at? I need some ladies to get up and come cover these women. He said it like this. He said, like a bandana, I need them to come cover these ladies.
Right.
That was the language he used in my dream. And so like I'm already running down there like to that thing. And he's like, I need some men to come cover them. There's not a whole lot of men in church. So it's like me and like another dude from my church. It's like some other people. Like, so we praying over these, over these folks, like just what's going on, what in the world just happened and all that. And then, and again, the dream takes a lot of twists and turns. So without going to a whole bunch of stuff, I looked down and some kind of way, like I went out and there was some other pastor out there. He got on like this. We ended up like in a Vegas, like casino type of thing. So our church wasn't even our church. It was like an arena in a Vegas casino. So there's a bunch of people and some dude who sees me. I don't know him from Adam and Eve. And he's wearing like a big fur coat, but he knows me. Like he's like, oh my God, Zeke. And he's like one of these guys. He's one of these dudes. He's like, oh my God, Zeke, there you go. He's doing all that stuff. And I'm just like, who are you? I don't even know you at all. But I'm, me, I'm going to play like I know him. I'm like, oh, hey, how you been, man? What's up? So he introduces me to his pastor, who's like, firm handshake, all that kind of stuff like that. And he goes to give me a hug, and it's almost like he goes to kiss me on the neck, and I just like back up, like, yo. Like, all right, well, good to meet y'all. And I go back inside. I run into some people I know. It's a whole bunch of things. Some kind of way I ended up outside, but I ain't had no clothes on. I was butt naked. I don't know how my clothes disappeared. I don't know what happened. But then there's like the military. They start coming down the street. We in Las Vegas somewhere. The military is like going down the street, like, and they moving all the people out the way. And then there's like this group of nudists sitting on like the back of a pickup truck, on the bed of a pickup truck. And they were, and like this lady, she shouts out, she goes, make love, not war. You gotta save room for the monkeys. And she flashes herself. And I'm like, and so I look over and so Hood, if you on here, you was in my dream. I looked over at Hood and I said, yo, bro, like how these people gonna be naked? But that's when I looked down and realized I was naked. And I was like, well, how am I gonna judge them if I'm naked? So I'm like running through some kind of way. I got a bag now that's sitting there. And I'm just like rummaging, trying to find some clothes and doing stuff. And Hood is like, yo, Zeke, you got to slow down, bro. Like, you're doing too much. You got to slow down. And I'm like, no, I got to get my clothes on. So then I run into somebody else I know. We end up in a car. Some kind of way I'm driving down the stairwell. I don't know what happened. I lost control of the car. Ran into a door. Somebody had a giant dog. The dog started chasing us. Then some little dogs came. I turned around. I was like, you got to stop chasing us. Leave me alone. This is my dream. So at some point I realized it was a dream. I was like, this is my dream. And then some little dogs came and I was like, oh, you guys are cool. And I started petting those little dogs. And then I woke up.
Johnson said, John said, what in the P. Diddy dream is going on here?
I don't know. So I recorded the whole dream into my voice recorder so I can remember this because this is a weird dream. It was two weird dreams. I'm going to transcribe it. I'm going to put it in Chat GPT and be like, interpret this dream for me. Tell me what's going on here.
That's different.
Super different. I done killed people, popped up naked, found
Speaking of, because you mentioned that, have any of you in the comments had weird dreams?
Yeah. Tell us some weird dreams you've had. Now, as we are doing that, give me a weird dream you had, E. I'm going to get these comments.
And share, everybody share.
Yeah,
I had a weird one. It wasn't even that long. It's the weirdest thing. It was me. I was out to eat at a restaurant. It was me. It was these most random people. It was the dude off The Office, the White Shrew. It was me, him. It was a cartoon looking. Okay, it's the thing on Instagram. Y'all done seen it where it's like they say what your dreams do at 3 a.m. You try to see, and it's that giant frog with the hitting the things together and dancing in the costume. He was there. My mother was there. My daughter was there. Denzel Washington and some kind of, I don't know who this one was, some white actress, and she was literally black and white. And we sat there and we ate ribs at a chicken place. And it was weird. And then I'm talking to them. Then I get up and I walk into the room. I'm in my bedroom, and some girl is sitting there. And she was fully dressed and everything. And she was like, well, what we gonna do about the baby? I'm like, well, I mean, what we having, a girl or boy? She said, we having a girl. So she stood up, no stomach. I go in the living room. No, I leave out my bedroom. I walk down this hallway, and then I'm in like a whole nother living room. I look out this big window. The girl is coming. The one who's just in the bedroom, she's walking out, getting out the car. Her stomach big. She's waddling up the steps. She 9 months. She come in the house, and we just pick up a conversation about. I said, so the baby, blah blah blah. Now, literally, she just told me she was pregnant, no stomach. I go in the living room. I leave this chick in the living room, go to the kitchen. The little girl in the kitchen at the counter color. I said, hey, how daddy's baby doing? She's about 3. So while I'm talking to her, this is when it gets weird. I'm talking to her, and Pastor Mike Jr. is sitting at the table, and he was doing he on live doing a Bible study. And I leave out the living room. I'll talk to him. He's on his live. I say, I'm sorry, I'll be back when you're done with the live. I walk out the room, go in the living room. I'm in the living room, and in my front yard is a boat with an alien, a cat, and a giraffe. Just, I don't know what this was. It was the most random. And then I woke up. And I was angry. I woke up because I don't remember what it was. I mean, I didn't know what was going on. Somebody said drinks. Somebody put a bunch of drinks down there. They said, Zeke, you must have been on your Leandria Johnson last night.
I was on my no sleep, no rest whatsoever for the past 3 days. You know what it is? We waking up at like umpteen o'clock in the morning to do this show.
Somebody said, Eric, your blood pressure must have been up when you had this drink. It must have been. It must have been.
Finish your drink.
Just like when I had COVID. When I had COVID, the first time I had was the thing, when you think you're seeing stuff, hallucinations.
Hallucinations?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
They were dumb. I had dumb hallucinations. It was you ever seen Charlotte's Web, the cartoon?
Yeah.
She was on my wall, the spider, in my hallucination. Big cartoon spider. She was purple. She was on the thing talking to me. I'm laying in the bed talking to her, and we having a whole conversation. A few minutes later, I roll over and I see like the top of a little hat at the foot of my bed, like this, going around the bed. And I sit up. It's a Wizard of Oz. It was like one of the Munchkins, but he had on a big top hat, like the Monopoly dude. And he was just dancing around my bed. From the foot of the bed, around the bed. Man, I jumped up. I come on my light, and I turn on praise worship music. No, this is not normal. I'm in here hallucinating. But I couldn't go nowhere. You know, when at that time we had a quarantine.
Yeah.
And anybody in here else had COVID, that thing sucked. But enough about all that crazy stuff. COVID was terrible, and I caught it twice.
You had it twice?
Honestly, we think you had it that first time you came from.
That is true. When I came back, what was that? I came back from Sweden and Norway. Yeah. I did a run of Sweden and Norway.
You was real sick like that. And
when I got back, and then I went out to Las Vegas. Yeah, I went out to Las Vegas. And then when I got back, I ended up like super sick. Yeah, I do remember that. The time of February 2020, I ended up like super sick for like 2
we think you had it back then.
Yeah, but nobody knew what it was at that time. Like, there was only like a few cases reported in the U.S. that was confirmed of it. Like, and we was all scared. Like, just going to get a test was like scary. Like, somebody said they had to go get tested for COVID. It was like,
no, it was funny. If you remember during that period too, what was funny is if you was in a room and somebody coughed, everybody would get quiet.
All right. We still do that now. I hate riding airplanes where you gotta, airplanes, the air be like sometimes dry and stuff. You can do a lot of that on the airplane.
And
now
everybody looking.
And they give you the driest snacks. They give you those really amazing Biscoff cookies, or like
you know what? I hate the pretzels, but I like the cookies. And every time I'm on the airplane, I fly all the time. I drink cranberry juice with ice.
Oh, see, I do the Biscoff cookies with ginger ale with no ice. That's mine. And I ride like I'm in first class. That stuff make your throat dry. So you got, you be caught in your throat. And then everybody's looking at you like nah, bro.
Especially right when COVID first ended.
For real.
Call people in church, everywhere, everybody in the building.
The blood of Jesus.
And everybody that's here, thank you guys for joining in this morning.
Thank y'all for joining in. I see some folks in here on
the Instagram Connect.
YouTube. Instagram, I lost where Instagram is. It looks like I'm still live on Instagram, but Instagram is Instagramming again. Meta, what are y'all doing with Instagram and these live streams? Like, let's get this together. I want to be able to see what the people are saying.
So today,
on Instagram, right? That sucks.
So like Zeke mentioned earlier, today we have a special guest, Jamaica Lachey, coming on today, who's a new artist, new mom.
Go ahead. Keep on talking about it.
Okay, and we're also going to be talking about the music business and some other topics today. So today is going to be very interesting. It's going to be, this is Friday, the last one of the week. Next week we come back, Zeke, we may have to do some practice runs during the weekend. We're going to do some practice runs.
Yeah, the only thing about the practice runs, we have to go live because that's the only.
Yeah, that's the other part, right?
Yeah, because the practice runs, that's how I figured out how to work all the stuff. But the situation, we can never figure that out until we actually go live and people comment. So that's one of those things.
And we'll have a meeting with the girl and see what she knows about StreamYard and how we can get it. But
yeah.
Everybody, please share this, and thank you guys. Actually, for the past two lives that we've done, we've had over 1,000 something views on those already.
Each one, yeah. Shout out to that, y'all. Just to be starting off and me not having much algorithm action, like
1,000 something.
Yeah, I celebrate that. I know some people out here getting 40,000 views immediately, but I will take my 1,000 views because y'all is the bomb.com, and I love y'all. That was the most millennial thing I can say. Y'all the bomb.com. So y'all.
Go ahead.
Well, we've got with us this morning because I don't want to keep her backstage any longer. She's back there. I can see her. And
you just got me only on the screen, by the way.
Oh, my bad. How did that happen? What did because I was trying to get Jamaica's attention. That's why. I was trying to tell you, Jamaica, check the private chat.
And Jamaica, please share.
And I was like, hey. So I took myself off the screen.
Before you get on, Jamaica, please share this too on your page.
So y'all, without any further ado, I want to bring on my little sister, my girl, and we'll get into some conversation with her on today. She's gonna help us. We're gonna have her as long as she can, and then when she gotta go, she might stay the whole time. Maybe she gotta go do mommy duties. Who knows? That's how things go on this show. Nobody knows what's gonna happen, not even us. So no man knows but the Father. That's all. So I want to bring on my girl, my sis, Miss Jamaica Lachey. Meek.
Hi.
What's up, girl?
Hey guys.
How you doing?
I'm good.
Good morning to you. Good morning to you.
Good morning.
Welcome to the most random, unprepared morning show you will ever be a part of in your
best place
career.
for me to be.
You know how me and Eric
no
down.
structure,
We have
bro.
no idea.
Hi, E.
How are you? You know, Zeke, Jamaica is my neighbor.
I
She
am.
lives around the corner from me.
Yeah.
I didn't know until the other day when I saw her son and her husband in Walmart.
I told her I was both important.
Yeah, but she moved back to where she used to live, right?
I did for a minute.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Got you.
So
Got
tell
you.
us, since you're here, since you're a married woman, actually a mom.
Let me turn you
How
up.
is-
Hold on. Okay.
Since you're a mom now, tell us, how is motherhood?
It's great. No, it is. No, it's wonderful. I love my baby girl. I just be tired because she's busy, but I love her. I love her. She's so very smart and she's silly like me. So that's
Sleep.
my girl. And you know, since you brought her up, let me say this real quick.
Oh.
She is. Let me see. Where's the camera? Where is the camera?
Move it on right
She's
there.
sleeping right now.
Oh, look at the technologies.
Shout
Oh,
out
man.
to Lola Boo. Shout out to TT Low for this.
Hey. Shout out.
But so if the monitor goes off, I'll just go get her and then I'll be back. So no.
Are you all good? You all good?
Mhm.
Baby gets to sleep in. We all up early in the morning. 10 o'clock. Yeah, we all up at 10
And
o'clock.
that's good. So motherhood, how do you think, and we're gonna get into your music, but how do you think, and share this by the way, this thing. How do you feel it's changed you?
It added to my greatness. That's how
There you go.
I mean,
That's right.
it added to my greatness. It grew me. It taught me more about myself. And yeah, it's teaching me patience for sure. So
now when they have the next one, you'll know what to do. That makes sense.
hi, Rhonda.
Shout out to Rhonda on the Rocks. She's out here with us on today. And shameless plug, Rhonda's going to be with us on Wednesday, I believe.
Yes.
Yes, Wednesday. I might be wrong, but next week. Yeah, Wednesday. It is Wednesday.
Rhonda.
Wednesday.
Rhonda on the Rocks will be with us.
Rhonda.
Amazing podcaster.
Since
and
you're
Jamaica
here.
had a chance to do some stuff. So yes.
Since you're here, really quick. I know you're expecting something from me yesterday, but Zeke and I have something very special for you.
We do.
Surprise. Zeke.
I know. I talked around here. I didn't spill the beans. I didn't let her know. So
Yeah.
that's on me at this point. That is definitely on me at this point. I've been nonstop. That's why I'm having these weird dreams. That's why I'm having these weird dreams. So I got to finish that off this afternoon. Make sure I got that in your hand. Like, yeah. Man, Jamaica Lachey, it is so good to have you on with us this morning. So tell us a little bit about Jamaica Lachey. So like what you up to, what you got going on, what you doing, what's going on besides motherhood and wifehood and all that kind of stuff. Like, you are also a singer and artist and worship leader and all these amazing musical things. You didn't know that?
I know she's a worship leader.
Yeah.
I'm at Morning View Word Church. Hey, y'all.
Morning View Word Church. Shout out to Morning View. For those that don't know, that is our other co-host, Rich Holmes. That is his church.
He comes on late at 9 o'clock.
Yeah, he comes on late because he has to play Daddy Daycare in the morning, and then he comes on. Then he comes on. That's why he pops in randomly. So he gets on there. That's his church. And another shameless plug about Morning View. For those that don't know, that's where Zeke Like the New Experience started. That's the place I made the announcement that's what I was doing.
Yep.
And I've been going back and forth to Morning View for 25 years now since I've known him. So I've done it.
A lot of people have came through it. That reminds me, because back in the day, Kiara used to come over there and rehearse with her group BRL.
Yeah, BRL used to rehearse there. LXW started rehearsing there, which is how New X started working there. And
I went over there with Cat and Jones and some other stuff.
That's right. Cat and Jones was over there. Yeah. And then Relentless, the artist, was over there. Yeah. Amazing rapper and producer, and so he's over there. And now they got Jamaica Lachey. Over there. So good music keeps on being birthed out of Morning View. So we want to definitely give them a shout out. Definitely give them a
great
shout out.
pastor too. First lady.
Yeah. Dr. Richard D. Holmes, and Lady Leticia Holmes.
Yes, I love them.
Remember
It is
Leticia
funny
from
you
LXW?
mentioned it's funny you mentioned Leticia too, because the other Leticia, little Leticia.
Yeah.
I talked to her the other day.
I remember when I first saw her when she auditioned for LXW, and I saw her name Leticia. I'm like, that's not a common name.
Wait, and Holmes too. Leticia
She was like,
Holmes.
yeah, Leticia, that's my. She's like, that's my auntie. I'm like, Leticia Holmes, like Cookie Holmes. That's your auntie. She's like,
Because
yeah.
remember though,
I think it's her
Leticia
dad's sister. I was like, what?
Because you remember Leticia's last name was Holmes.
No, her last name is Brown, ain't it?
No, then it was Holmes.
No, Holmes is Rich's. That's not Rich's mom's maiden name.
What was
Because it's
Leticia
on her
last
mom's side. It's Brown. Yeah.
Leticia Brown?
I thought it was Leticia Brown or something.
No.
I know it ain't
At any
Holmes. I
rate,
know that much.
Whatever
Because
it
it's on
was.
his mom's side.
She's
Holmes
now
is
married,
his dad.
so
Yeah,
right.
she's now right. She is now married to Charles.
Yeah, now she's married to Charles. I told y'all we birthed a lot of relationships.
A lot of
Such as our guest.
and yesterday's guest.
Yeah, and yesterday's guest. Oh, dang, that's
Who was
crazy.
yesterday? Who was it?
Yeah,
Don't
see,
do
look,
her.
Said it's Brown. Yeah, Leticia Brown. Yeah.
Brown.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
That's
Oh,
Rich's
Rich's
mom's
in the
name.
comments.
Yeah.
That maybe I don't know why I thought it was Holmes.
Yeah, Holmes is Rich's father's
So
son.
right.
Right,
I'm thinking about the mama, the girl.
Yeah.
auntie. Okay.
That's his mom.
So tell us, Jamaica, about your musical journey.
It has been just that. It's a journey.
Because today, honestly, thank you for being here, because today we're going to talk about, and this is no reflection of you, what I'm saying, I'm just going through the success, the failures, and everything else, the disappointments of the music business. We're going to be talking about that today. So this is perfect. So you got the floor.
Like I was saying, it's a journey for sure. Full of lessons and full of blessings as well. You know, it's a lot about learning. It's a learning experience. It's all a learning experience. It's a big learning experience. And just when you think you got it, it switches. It switches over. It's a lot like customer service. It's a lot like customer service. And if you're in that field, you know stuff is always changing, and you got to change the way you do stuff in order to please your customer, please your audience. So, you know, it is just that. It is a journey. It is a learning experience.
Yeah.
That is how my journey is going, but it's great. I love it.
So you did some interesting stuff, like even in your musical journey, because I mean, we mentioned that you go all the way back to the LXW days and all that. Like, so Jamaica was one of the so let me just give a little preference. Y'all will hear us mention LXW a lot, and you hear me mention my thing, New X, a lot.
Yes.
So those things sometimes get a little bit convoluted because a lot of people that were in LXW with me came over and went to New X with me. So a lot of folks I've worked with in multiple capacities, and now I get a chance to work with them in as they explore their own artistry and stuff like that. So I've worked with a lot of folks in a lot of capacity over the years. And so Jamaica, like back when we were doing LXW together, you were one of the original auditioners, right? Like you, or you came in the second audition,
the second week,
because Derek came the first week,
and he made me come.
Yeah, he was like, my sister can really sing. I want to bring it. So then the second audition,
I was not coming.
Yeah, and you came all the way up from Indianapolis.
Yes, I came all the way from Indianapolis, and I was not coming because I had already auditioned for so many. When he said the word audition, I was like, I'm not going. Because I had auditioned for so many things, and I'd be sitting waiting just to go to the next level of it, you know, not even necessarily win it, but just go to the next level of it. And that call never came. That's one of those down moments where I was like, forget it.
And that's funny. I didn't know you came to the second one. Oh, you know what? I remember Yvette and Derek. Dietrich was there the first audition. Dietrich was there with them and met them and did stuff.
Yeah, I didn't get to meet Dietrich the first audition.
Dietrich wasn't at the second one. He was at
He left that night. There was so many people that showed up. And to this day, I told Zeke this.
I was so nervous about my audition. I get in there, y'all was like, I barely had got it out. Y'all was like, okay, you can go.
We were just rushing people through, like, so this is how the first auditions went, because you weren't there for the first one. The first auditions it was like a panel. It was me, I'm sitting in the center. Eric is running and getting folks doing the thing. He got somebody with him. Maybe
Nina was with us.
Nina, that's what it was. Yeah, and Eric and Nina are going and getting the people, bringing them in. I got Kat sitting over here. I got Darren Mickens, Pastor Mickens now. Shout out
Mickens.
Shout out to Pastor Mickens. That's my boy.
Yeah.
Man. So they're sitting right here with me, and then I feel like it was somebody else over here, but that might have just been Eric and Nina.
Was it? No, yeah, it was just us.
Was it what's her name? She go by Lulu Lang on social media.
No, she wasn't with us for that. No, she was there just doing media stuff.
Okay.
Yeah, there doing media like media coverage stuff. Yeah,
She did have a whole step of people.
Yeah, she had a whole like setup on the outside and was interviewing people outside and all that.
Because so many people showed up. We had 100-something people
show up.
Plus
a lot of people on that first audition. There was a lot of people there, and so we were setting it up. You know, like we had a bunch of meetings and stuff. You know, the idea was since I'm the director, you know, I kind of get to pick and choose who I want and all that. So we asking people for like a little snippet of a song and this, that, and the other. We having to encourage people. I don't know what I should sing. Let's just sing Happy Birthday. I don't know. Just sing. I just want to hear the tone of your voice.
Zeke, it was Dietrich that was sitting with us at one point.
He came in late, remember? Because he was at a radio interview.
Yeah, and then he came up and said people. And that sucked because some of the people who, I mean, it didn't suck for them, but some of the people were glad he wasn't there. And then those last few people that came in is when he came in. They had to sing in front of him.
So listen, we started with, I think, maybe altos or tenors. Like we started with them first. There was no section. So we kind of gave people a time frame when to come in for that reason.
Mm-hmm.
Have 300 people sitting around. So you know, tenors audition between this time, sopranos audition this time, altos this time. So we auditioning folks and we making them do the thing. You know, sing a little bit. We talking them down. We doing the whole thing, bringing like 5 or 7 in at a time. Like so, they got to audition in front of other people. It's we keeping a whole flow going on. So Dietrich comes in with his phone and everything. You know, he's like on live. This is when Periscope was still a thing. He's on Periscope live.
Yeah,
he comes in
on Periscope like a mug.
Glasses. This is the first time I met Dietrich in person. I had talked to him on the phone a few times. That's the first time I met him in person. We had like phone calls.
You know what? I remember that because when he called me and told me he was there, and I told you, I said, Dietrich, I would get him. Zeke's eyes was big. I remember what he was wearing. He was wearing a overall short set with some Timbs, some glasses, and the whole Dietrich hair thing at the time. Superstar Dietrich look.
Yeah, on Periscope, walking in, like talking to the people.
He was with him.
Yeah, it was like somebody else. Like it was somebody else.
Big C was with him too.
Maybe so.
We call him Big C, but C is little.
Yeah. They were coming from like a radio show, and the radio show and something like they ran like really late because he was supposed to be at the auditions. Yep. So they were running like super late. So he was super late getting to the audition, but he told us to go ahead and get started. So we get people through the works. Well, bro, look, we was putting people through the works, and then Dietrich comes in while the Sopranos audition. They're the last thing we auditioned. So we was like, we had just started with the Sopranos section. Like we had just started on Sopranos. Dietrich comes walking in full Dietrich glory, like an aura behind him.
I'm sure everybody.
And then all they did was hit one note. Then he was like, you in. Go ahead in there. Like, you in. Go ahead in there.
Oh, yeah, because the sanctuary, we had everybody go to the sanctuary.
So we had them go in the sanctuary.
200 people in there.
And it was a few people I think we even told, like, we had to call you. Dietrich, no. When he came in, he let people sing for like all of 2 seconds. He's like, congratulations, you win. So the whole Sopranos that auditioned, whole section made it, like, which is probably why we had.
And you know what's funny about
Sopranos?
There was a lot of Sopranos.
Like more Sopranos than any choir in Chicago. Because
there was a lot of Sopranos.
I was like, I'm looking at him like, dude, I thought we was like.
And then the thing
like, man, they're gonna be all right.
Yeah, that's exactly what he said. And then he took the BET gig right after that.
Yeah, and then he announced that we had a gig, and I'm like, bro.
Wow.
And then took a second gig again at what was on Thanksgiving break, because that was right before Thanksgiving. And he took another gig. So remember, we had a gig at Father Flager's church and the joint at Fellowship for BET. Like we had the 2 gigs, and we hadn't even had a rehearsal. These people didn't know me from Adam and Eve. They didn't know what they was getting into or nothing. Like,
and you know the funny thing about it, and then Jamaica will let you talk about your music was, I had talked to, like I was telling Zeke, Dietrich called me the day we were talking, and low key is funny. He still feels some kind of way, not in a bad way. He was like, I still feel some kind of way. He's still thinking about being honest, having Zeke do something. Still finally do a LXW Chicago recording situation and then drop it.
You know, I'm down for it.
Yeah, he said, I feel like LXW Chicago was not finished. Zeke, we need to figure something out. So if you make it a phone call, now it may not be, they may not do as much jumping now than they did a few years back. But
that's almost 10 years ago, Doc.
Yeah. That is 10 years ago.
10 years. 10 years.
That was 2015.
10 years,
November 2015. Right? November 2015.
10 years ago.
Yes, I had to start stretching. Oh, man.
I'm telling you. So, you know, all that preference to all the LXW and New X stuff, Jamaica came in on the second audition.
Yeah.
Derek was there for the first one. He was like, my sister, like,
you
would love this.
Shout out to Derek.
Pipes. Shout out to Derek. We love him. Like, you know, we're praying for him and all of that in his situation. So we, you know, so like, you know, so he's like, no, my sister got pipes. Like, I'm gonna bring her up to the next week to the second audition. We did like
and they came every week, Zeke, from Indianapolis.
Every week. They came up from Indianapolis.
Every gig.
And then so Derek and Jamaica ended up meeting Yvette, and y'all found out you and Yvette worked together at the time, right? Like
we had worked together. I'm gonna tell you something. Let me tell you something. Okay, so I'm gonna tell y'all how this was from my end of everything, which y'all didn't.
Yes, absolutely.
Tell y'all how God works real quick. So I had a friend, Cheyenne, my roommate, when I first moved down here. She was at my apartment in Indianapolis for like 2 years straight, talking about how she was about to move to Chicago. She was planning to move to Chicago. I'm like, good luck, girl. I'll come visit. You know what I mean? I ain't moving nowhere. I ain't leaving Indianapolis. So then I go work at this company. I probably shouldn't say their names, but it was an insurance company. And Cheyenne tells me, you should look up my girl Yvette when you get there. Y'all gonna she sings, y'all dress similar, y'all gonna love each other. Cool. Run into Yvette when I go to that job. I literally worked there for like a month before a job I was at before called me back and was like, hey, we want you to come back. And so I left and went there. I promise you, the Lord put me there just to meet Yvette, because here we are like 2 years later. We go to that rehearsal and me and Yvette run into each other. So now I was like, okay, we got help, because her husband didn't want her traveling by herself to Indianapolis.
Now, so mind y'all, real quick, we rehearsed on the south side of Chicago. We rehearsed in Roseland in Chicago. 115 and Halstead. That's where we rehearsed. Lights of Zion. Shout out to Pastor Mick.
Yes.
As they lived in Indianapolis, and rehearsal started at 7 p.m. on Tuesday night.
They was always on time.
Yeah, and so Indianapolis is an hour ahead, which means rehearsal started at 8 p.m. for them. Like, so I just want to point that as a little preference.
Yes, we would get home at like 3 o'clock in the morning, our time, and then still go to work that next morning. And be at shows in the weekend, and we loved it, and we would do it all over again. I guarantee if you asked all of us, we would do it all over again.
Y'all was faithful. Y'all was some of the most faithful ones. Y'all be there before everybody else. Y'all would be like, y'all was calling off work. I was the one that was going, don't y'all call off work to come to this gig. Like, don't tell them they could leave. Tell us what to do. We go.
Or we would tell them they could leave early and go home.
Yeah, they was like, no, we're not leaving early. We staying. Like, this is what we here for. Like,
wow.
But you know what? Jamaica and them were doing that, and we're going to get to your music. Jamaica and them were coming far. And then after that, we started having those people coming from Wisconsin.
Yeah.
And
Wisconsin, we have
and prayers for Shauna.
Egan.
And you know what? Still pray for Shauna, because she's up and down in her grief, because I talked to her the other day.
Oh, yeah.
You know, she's okay.
Shauna,
some days she's like,
you know. Hugs and so much love.
Yeah, but Shauna,
we love
Shauna, Shamika.
They were coming all the way from Zion.
Yeah,
which is basically right on the other side of Wisconsin. It's the next. It's the last city up north before you get to Wisconsin.
Yeah.
Chicago.
And those were the most faithful people.
Yeah. They went to school with my brother Alex. Like,
that's funny.
Like, because they went to the Zion Benton High School. You know.
So that's a little history lesson on how we all met.
Yeah. But real quick. Let me finish.
Yeah, keep going.
Go ahead.
So, then Cheyenne, she was supposed to be moving out here with her boyfriend, and her boyfriend broke up. So now she had this apartment, but needed a roommate. And at this point, I'm deep into LXW, and I'm like, I need to be out there. I can't keep doing this back and forth. And I so happen to be in between homes in Indianapolis. I'm like, I'm moving out there with her. She needs a roommate. I need to be out there. I'm gonna move out there with her. So that's just how he had been telling me for years, you moving to Chicago, and I wasn't listening. And ended up coming out this way, so.
And now here you is.
Yeah.
Now here you is. That
got a husband out here.
Got a husband, found a man.
Boom.
Got
Y'all
a
kept
man.
that. Well, I don't know if y'all kept it on wraps for me, because it seemed like when I found out, everybody knew already. Like that you and Red was like talking or whatever.
No, we thought we was keeping it a secret, and we wasn't.
Because everybody kind of
each
knew. They
other.
was like, "Oh yeah, I do that," and I'm like, "Really?"
We texted each
I'm
other.
like, "Am I the only person that don't know anything going on around here?"
Apparently,
See,
everybody
you know what?
seen us
And-
texting each other and how we would interact with each other, because we tried to keep it on the low, because at that time,
Yeah,
there was some things going on,
yeah,
and we was trying to keep us on the low. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Because we didn't want, you know what I mean, to big business with pleasure. You know what I mean? I guess
yeah. I feel it.
that's a good way to put that. So, we thought we was keeping it a secret, but we weren't. It was the
Everybody
love
knew.
that shined through and showed.
See, everybody knew.
So,
Shout out to my sister Rita.
Rita!
She said yes.
No.
I was the only person who did not know anything else going on.
You didn't know.
No idea. No idea.
Because see, the thing was, because it's funny, not to tell a business, and I'm not, but Red had said something, well, it was before her, so I forgot how it went, and he said something to me about Jamaica. And I'm like, oh, bro, she like you. And he was like, what? I was like, yeah. And she never said. And then I went to her and told her that he liked her. And he didn't tell me to do that. So, you know, I wanted them to date. I wanted them
So
to date.
Eric was being Eric, and it ended up turning into something.
Marriage and a baby. Thanks,
Now they
Steve.
married with a baby, and another one coming soon. So
Oh,
No.
is this the official
No,
announcement?
don't
yeah,
do
we
that.
announced it. Jamaica's
Don't do
pregnant.
that.
I told y'all, welcome to Zeke Live in the morning. We start
We got to
rumors.
post
I'm
that.
not
Jamaica
pregnant.
Lachey
start
Don't
pregnant.
listen to them.
Let's
I'm not
start a rumor. Jamaica
Don't
is
listen to
pregnant.
them. Don't listen
Remember
to
we used to
them.
start rumors?
Don't
Eric?
let
We
them
used to
hype
start
you up.
rumors on people.
Don't let them hype
Like
you up.
Ari
Like
does
Ari,
smoke.
we started a rumor that Ari was a drunk.
No, that she smoked too. And no, you said she was drunk, and people were believing it.
People was really praying for her delivery. She was.
Bro, I'm surprised we didn't bring that up yesterday.
I did bring up. I brought up the drunk part of the smoking, but not the drinking part.
People was really praying for Ari's delivery from
I thought she was a drunk.
She was not.
They was praying for Ari's recovery. My God.
She was get so bad. I do not drink.
Meanwhile,
Yeah.
Ari never
Matter
had a
of
drink of
fact-
alcohol in her life.
Ari is not a drinker at all.
No.
Okay.
What was funny,
Never had
though-
a drink of alcohol in her life, and we started a rumor that she was a drunk.
But you know what was funny? You remember when we went with Fred to Ohio? I think Jamaica was there.
Probably.
Oh no, I did Jamaica.
We've
go.
been everywhere with us.
And we went to Ohio, and
Fred.
me, her, Philip, and all them were in the lobby, and somebody was having drinks, and they were sitting by Ari. And I remember we said, "See, Ari," and I think I went live or something, put her on the camera with the drinks and that thing. So these are not mine, but they was all in front of them. Like Rita, people think Rita. There's
Yeah,
people
we
scared
had
of
Rita as
Rita.
a gangster. We did
She a
Rita.
gangster.
We had people. Everybody believed you was a gangster. Rita, these things only make sense if you know these people. So Ari never had
But
a
that's
drink
true
of
about
alcohol in
Rita.
her life. So
That's
to say
true.
that she's a drunkard, like, was just funny amongst us. Rita is about the sweetest girl you'll ever meet.
Ooh.
Like, she got a demeanor, like
She
Rita got that
is.
demeanor, like don't F with
Rita
me.
Miller,
But like when you
Rita
know
Miller
Rita,
hit the big G.
like
for
if
the-
she
for the
with
next
you,
disciple. She be hitting that big G.
Rita is that person you can call on and she's coming.
like for real, like if she
Even
I
in
give
the
her
business,
that.
whatever she got
with
going
you.
on in her own life, she gonna be there to help you, or she gonna try to figure out, well, maybe I can move this around. Rita will call off work.
Yeah, listen, I love Rita.
Love
This
you,
somebody I love out here. I love Rita.
Or
Like,
Absolutely.
she'll call her
Real.
people to
I love that.
run
girl.
your
Like,
pockets.
she hit me up to do something like over in December to help her out with the church, and I let her church know. I was like, the only reason I'm doing this is Rita, that girl right there, because like it's been times where I had to call when I was going through all my stuff. She was one of the people I called when I was going through the depression thing and all that. I was like, I knew I needed Rita on my team. Like
Yeah.
I knew I needed her there. So
Yeah,
like,
some good advice.
So of course she's the sweetest girl in the world, and so we started a rumor that she was a gangster.
He just called me trash. He called me trash in the comments. And you got and Tiara is here. Tiara, the dancer. Is it?
Yeah, shout out.
All right, so Jamaica, we sorry. So talking about.
I know we're going down
Let's go.
memory lane. It's gonna be a lot of memory lane because we got you here with us today. It's gonna be a lot of memory lane.
I'm here for it.
Let's talk about your music. Describe your style, first of all. Wait, go back to when did you first know you could sing?
That's a good
When
question.
did you decide to step out and say, I'm going to be an artist now? Because I remember, as Zeke probably remember Jamaica, some of her insecure stages at the beginning. And so she was getting her head when she was singing. And you knew she was getting her head. We figured out how
Start looking up. Start doing that look thing. Yeah. You do that a lot less now. I'm so proud. I forgot. No, I forgot about that because I used to always
that was her thing.
about that. Like I can tell you in your head, Jamaica. I used to press Jamaica, y'all.
Y'all
don't understand. I used to press Jamaica. I was like, this girl go quick. Like
Zeke bullies me. Everyone.
He just call you a bully.
Okay.
I've also hit Jamaica in the face several times.
Several. Why are we laughing?
I beat Jamaica. That was another rumor.
That was one of our rumors because I'm kind of clumsy, y'all. I'm very clumsy. And I swear to goodness, I know it sounds like people say this. I literally be walking into this place. He was putting on his jacket one time and it was like, bam. Because he was putting his sleeve through the throat. I just don't happen to be. I got his back, y'all. So I'm kind of always like right there.
You're always right there. I just be like, why are you always there?
And I'm short. He's like here. I'm here. So I'm just right in the elbow. I'm right at his elbow.
They told that story yesterday, Jamaica, about Zeke where he jumped over that thing at Six Flags when he was out there. And we blamed you and Lauren for hyping him up.
I have receipts of Lauren. Of me and Lauren saying, no. And he's like, I can do it.
No. You started off.
I like to have faith in my brother, so I'm like, you can do it.
See, that's what I said.
I have faith in you.
Jason said it was a bad idea from the beginning.
He just needed to lift that back leg up just a little.
No, I'm telling y'all what happened. Like, I cleared it, and in my head, I didn't clear it. So I looked down. That's why, I looked down. It's crazy because when I looked at the video, it happened so fast. But in my mind, it was happening like 1. The seconds will go like 1, 2. Like I can recount everything. So I looked down and I'm like, oh snap! I didn't clear this fence. So I bent down a little bit. And by the time because I tried to like push myself over the fence. You know how like I thought I was gonna leapfrog it, but I was way too high. So like when I went like this, it pushed me downward, and I'm like, oh snap, I'm too high. I thought I wasn't high enough. I'm way too high over this fence.
Oh, you ain't seen
it? I did that.
I have it.
Boom! Like,
you still got it,
and I have it in slow motion. So he's talking about how it was in slow motion.
Tavares did all that to the
Tavares put it in slow motion.
It was so, I was just like, oh snap, because like I didn't think I had it, so I went to go bend down, and then when I did that, it was just like, oh shoot.
I'm gonna tell you, bro.
And next thing I know, I was on the ground with scrapes and cuts and bruises, and we still had to do an entire show. Like,
and you know what's funny is that and then Jamaica, we're gonna let you tell your story. Chris Cersei brought that up when I just saw him. He was laughing about it. He was talking about it, and Fred was like, "Why would he?" Dave Hammond was like, "Let me see the video." So Tavares was on the phone. Me happened to be on the phone. Tavares was like, "I'll send it. Hold on." So Tavares sent it over, and they looked at it. Dave said, "Now I gotta ask him why would he even want to do that? Why did he even do that?" Fred was darling. Fred was like, "Why would he?" But anyway, Jamaica,
we have
about the Jamaica Lachey. When tell us about Jamaica when you knew, hey, I can sing, or people told you could sing, and from being a background, starting singing background to now being a soloist. Share that transition and the different what it took to get to each stage, and some of the disappointments in each stage. That's a lot. And we put the camera. Go ahead, Zeke.
I'm gonna try to narrow it down. So we'll do early years singing in church, and then getting a lot of solos and stuff, and people telling you can sing. So you got your family members and your church members. Did I lose y'all, or am I just on here?
No, we just soloed you. The camera's on.
Okay, I just like to. Okay.
You just the star of the show while you're telling your story.
There you go.
So that kind of started it. And, you get in choirs in school, then you go to college and you join different choirs and theater there. So I actually was a part of a team that it was just kind of a collective, something like New X is, and it was just a group of people who had all kind of different talents, and we would write plays together and put them on in college, and it was called FAME, Fashion, Art, Music, and Expression.
So that's acronyms.
Yes. So that's what I was in that in college, and I did a couple plays and stuff in high school too. So I always kind of I like the stage. I knew I liked the stage, and I knew how to handle the stage and be in front of people, but I didn't know at that time that I had so much to learn. So then, years down the line, I'm singing background vocals for, a few people in Indianapolis, local artists. Shout out to June Walker. He was one of the first people who gave me an opportunity to constantly be on that stage and learn different things from him.
Shout out. Yay.
So that was, and that was through a friend of the family who knew I could sing, that, knew he needed background vocals and all that. So shout out to Kenny for that plug. So that was that. And then, I met my singing friends. Derek and I had met in college. So we all had did different auditions together for The Voice and Sunday Best and stuff like that. And I was just kind of at a point where I was like, well, I'll just, singing in church and I'll be fine there, maybe just ain't what it is. Then 2015.
Oh, hope that ain't COVID. Don't be coughing.
We just talking about that.
I know, that's why I said it.
We about to sign her out.
Oh no, people didn't even want to on the screens when they had COVID.
So fast forward to 2015, that's when I joined LXW and met some awesome people named Eric Rideout, this guy named Zeke Lott.
Never heard of him.
And they taught me a lot. Both of them forwarded me great opportunities. They both put me on different stages with some of the greatest people, Fred Hammond, Erica Campbell, Ty Tribbett, Dietrich Haddon, you know what I mean? So I've been on stage with a lot of gospel greats and a lot of just greats in general. And so they both have and are teaching me a lot. Then I met this guy named Rich Holmes.
Who?
Rich Holmes.
Never heard.
Through our friend, our brother Zeke Lott, I met Rich Holmes, and I met his wonderful wife, Tay Holmes.
Never heard of her.
Okay. And those people have been such a blessing in all areas. They have been friends, prayer partners, marriage counselors, all kind of, in all areas. So, now I'm under SH Management. Shout out to SH Management.
He manages everybody.
Shout out to New X Entertainment.
Hey,
I'm a part of that awesome label. I'm that's about it. that's the journey, and that's how I am where I am now. So I went from just singing in the choir, theater, different things locally, to traveling all over the United States. And I've had opportunities to travel the world with Zeke Lott. I just haven't gotten on any of them yet, but it's coming. I got pregnant the last one, so we'll see next time.
But I tell you what, though, I mean, just even watching, like Eric alluded to, we used to shout out to James Brown, by the way, he's making his appearance on James Brown. James Brown every now and then makes an appearance,
Mm-hmm.
Hi, James makes an appearance every now and again. So, but even as Eric alluded to, we used to always push you so hard, because I would be like, so for those of y'all that don't know, let me say this. Jamaica has one of the strongest voices that you'll ever hear. She's got range, so she can hit really high notes. And so I would do this thing in rehearsals a lot, where I would just mic toss. I would just make people, we would just get on the vibe and we would just make something up on the spot. And I would pass the mic around and, just see where you at. We just, work it out. You got 8 bars to just lead the song for a minute, make something up, do something, anything. Just don't drop the ball when you get the mic. Whether you can sing or not, no one cares. We was just love, and it was just trying to show that. And so I would always push Tamika. I would sometimes make her go even longer, and I would just like they'll be like, no, go for a higher note. No, go for a higher note. Breathe right here, do this, and then push this note. Hold it out. If you get the breath right, you can hold it. And I would just like push her and push her and push her and push her.
You're right under it. Get on top of that note. You're right under
to that note.
Get up there.
I would push. I would push, and I know sometimes I'll be pushing. I'll be like, this girl gonna quit. Like she gonna quit. Like, because I am definitely getting on her nerves. But I mean, nonetheless, like when it was all said and done, like, I mean, look at what ends up happening now. You know, I look at you and your pen is amazing now.
Yes.
Right? When artists say your pen is good.
Yes.
Like so her writing ability is amazing. Her vocal ability. I was just listening back to the stuff that I gotta finish off today, and I'm just like, man, this is clean. Like this is good. You know, so you've come a very long way.
Thank you.
So, you know, besides just being proud of it, it's also just the fact that it's cool to see that journey, how it took place. But like you said, you moved from Indianapolis and came all the way up to Chicago. So, I mean, you literally changed your life for your music.
You got to want it.
Yeah.
You got to want it. That's a big piece of it, because there are going to be a lot of downfalls or hurdles, challenges. There you go. Gonna be a lot of challenges that come your way when you're going after anything you love. So you just gotta want it. You gotta want it and have it and yourself.
Yeah, because the other side of that is that you you went through some serious ups and downs in the process of that. I mean, job loss and trying to figure this out and going back. Like, I mean, dive into that. Now, you know me. Huh? Yeah. Folks don't understand that part. Yeah.
Okay.
Going back and having found yourself traveling back and forth once upon a time, back and forth to Indianapolis all over again. It's like I left this mug like
multiple times.
Yeah.
Multiple times, and you got to think about the people that's in your. I know you know about it, Zeke, but you got to think about the people that's in your ear telling you, just stay home. Just stay home. You don't need to go back out there. You just need to stay home where everybody that loves you is, and everything will be safe and you're okay here. But you can't, sometimes you got to step out of that safety zone and know that the net is there if you fall, but don't sit on it. You can rise, go ahead and climb, and you can step out of that safety zone because the net is there. You're fine. So I shout out to my family, my foundation. I love y'all. Thank y'all so much. And thank you for the safety net and for always being there. But I'm not coming home, okay?
Yeah. Because the other side of it is, that it creates this real like cognitive dissonance to some degree, because it's like you got people in your ear telling you, don't do it, don't jump out there. But at the same time, it's like I know these people love me, so I know they're not hating on me. Yes. They're telling me this because they love me. Like they don't want to see me fail. They don't want to see me fall. They don't want to see me
hurting because it hurts.
Yeah. And so they telling you don't, but instead of like pushing you to like, well, you just have to go through that. Yeah. So then you'll have
which is where you come in.
Right. And it's going, well, sometimes you just got to go through stuff, which then makes that person sometimes maybe even look like the bad guy, because they're like, who would tell you that you got to struggle like that? Because I know if I had kids and somebody was telling them, well, you just got to, I'd be like, who was telling you that nonsense? But it's true though. You do, and only the other side really proves whether or not that advice was right or wrong. Like, but you never know unless you dive out there. And you did the thing. You dove out there. You know what I mean?
Yes, I went to have a new experience.
Yeah, and that's what you've been doing. So I'm looking for something. I was trying to play something.
Go ahead and play something.
Well, StreamYard is StreamYarding, so I'm gonna keep asking questions until I can figure it out. So if it looks like I'm like all up here, that's why.
Hey Tiff.
Shout out to Tiff Songbird. Shout out to Songbird.
Do you know she's expecting?
I just found out. Eric just told me I think on the first. I think Eric mentioned it on Wednesday. So shout out to Tiff Songbird. Mama Songbird. Are you back? Is she back in Chicago? Are you back in Chicago? Are you back here? You gotta come over. You gotta come over and visit your auntie. And when you do that, you can come see me. I live next door to her auntie. Like that's my homie. Like,
Yeah.
So you gotta come on down.
And a while ago, I'm sorry, not to interrupt what you're saying about.
No, go ahead. Yeah.
A while ago, Rhonda said she want to be in New X.
I saw it. I put it up on the screen.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, how do I audition? You just show up.
Just show up.
Just show up, but you got to be able to dance, and you got to be able to.
Now Rhonda can hold some tunes now.
Oh yeah.
If I'd have had the time, I would have put her on her own song.
Well, remember me and Rhonda went to college back in the day. So.
Oh yeah, you know.
Yeah, I know all the scoops. Rhonda, that's my girl. We've been cool for a long time. So yeah. I know the scoops. Her and her brother both, so. Yes.
I haven't got to meet him yet, but I do. She has talked to me about him.
He's an amazing individual. Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. So we were talking about you coming up to Chicago, like really just changing and upending your entire life. Shout out to my sister who just logged on.
Yeah, hi Julie.
Shout out to my sister. So,
all right.
Since you in East Chicago, you better come over here one day, girl. You know where I live.
You're right around the corner.
All right, you know where I live. Come on over here and come see me. Let me speak some life into you. Come see me and the wife. Like
I said that they're gonna Piglet.
Hi Piglet.
Yeah, Piglet. What's up?
It's funny. I told Tiffany, you're about to be somebody's mother. And she was like, "I'm gonna be a good mom." I said, "You are." I believe she's gonna be an amazing mother. I told her I hope the baby head is not hers, but other than that, we'll be good. Jamaica.
Shout out to J.R. Jordan. That's what I was talking about earlier with the event that he had yesterday. He had
you got pictures of that too.
Hello.
Yeah. He posted some pictures. It was a stakeholders meeting. Let me make a mention of that real quick while I got him on, because I'm going to have him on. I asked him yesterday if he would come on in the last week of March. In the last week of March, I'm just letting y'all know right now, I'm shaping it up to be a mental health week. The entire week, I'm going to talk about mental health, and I'm going to talk about, we're going to talk about mental health and what we do with our work through the Community Healing Resource Centers and Live Free Illinois. And so I'm shaping that up right now, last week of March. Please make sure you tune in for that. I have my mama on one day.
Yes.
It's going to be a lot. We going to deal with our mental health, because if I'm going to do anything, we're going to laugh and we're going to have fun. But at the end of the day, man, I want to always leave people with something. And so we're going to have that. So he had a good event last night about the South Suburbs. If you live in the South Suburbs of Chicago, you've experienced any kind of trauma, anything else like that, I absolutely need you to go over to Victory. Lord have mercy. Victory, the church, Victory in Harvey. So it's in Park Forest. It's over there by where the bank is and all that stuff. It's over there. So they got great programs and stuff. You can reach out to them. When we have them on, we'll, of course, have flyers and all that stuff. But we're trying to heal our community. And so it was really good. But we are going to have a mental health week. I've already determined that, especially, like I had determined that yesterday morning. Then I went to the event yesterday, and I was just like, definitely. I asked my mama, so she's going to be on. So we're definitely going to have that. So Meek. So we were talking about how you upended your entire life, like, to come here. Do you miss anything about, like, Indianapolis? Like, what do you miss about that time?
Of course I miss my family. I don't like when they get together and I'm not there. But a lot of times I just take that drive so that I can be there. It's only a 2 hour, maybe 2 hour, 20 minutes. So a lot of times I just take that drive if I get to miss them too much, but no, nothing I miss about Indianapolis outside of my family, which, like I said, I'll just take that drive to see them if I need to.
I got what you're saying.
Yeah, that's the name of the church right there that I was trying to think of the name. Victory Christian International Ministry, CHRC, which stands for Community Healing Resource Center.
That you didn't mention, what is your style of music?
Yeah, let's dive into that.
I am non-denominational when it comes to my
I got non-denominational music.
I'm non-genre-national. Okay.
I like that. No, that's
generational. I sing everything. Now, where most of my music that is released, only that's what's been released, is leaning more towards the gospel side of things. But what's coming out is going to be totally different. Different. And so,
but when you say leaning towards the gospel side of things, explain that to people, because I would argue that it's gospel thing. And the reason I will say it like this, the reason I would say it this way is because when people hear gospel, they hear one very specific thing. You know?
Yes, that's like why Ricky I was trying to say leaning towards gospel. Yeah.
It's like themed gospel, like the gospel themes, you know, like I'm gonna need you to say, let's pray.
It's Bible, okay? It's not the book.
Yeah.
And got the Lord in there. So it's
just say your music is just music. It's inspiration.
It's inspiration.
It's just music. Yeah.
That's what's out.
It fits everything. Right.
That's what's out right now.
Yeah, it's just what's natural.
You never know what I'll release, because I like all genres of music and I can sing all genres of music. So I can write all genres of music. So
she's just, and bottom line, people, she's an artist.
Yeah, and that's how I look at it.
That's everything.
You're an artist, like your art, what's inside of you is gonna come out. Like
absolutely.
We mentioned this the other day. Like I think on the first one, I was like, man, like you know, I'm a newly married man. Like I can guarantee you one thing that's not playing at 11:30 p.m. on a Saturday night. It is not every praise. I can guarantee you that. Like,
hear me?
I can guarantee you, like, you know, like no. So music for all things. Shout out to Relentless out here. He said 99.
Relentless.
Shout out to him. I'm gonna put this one up here, and this is why. So we've been talking about J.R. Jordan, Willie L. Jordan Jr. We've been talking about him, and he is a very accomplished house music producer. I really honestly think that y'all should do something together. I think because you got a kind of voice that could do some dope house music, because you got that heavy push, you know what I mean? Like you got that.
Hello, sir.
Thing, like legit. So we gotta definitely, you know, get you in the mix.
Let's do that.
I gotta introduce y'all. Like we're
gonna
work on something. Me and him, we're gonna work on something.
I'm ready. I'm here for it.
Chicago loves that music.
Oh yeah, you know, Chicago is the birthplace of the house. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
You know, at Navy Pier they have a whole exhibit now. Like, remember where the Stained Glass Museum used to be at Navy Pier? Like, so that's like a house music. You know, they remodeled Navy Pier, so there's like a whole thing about house music over there with some names of people that you may even know. Like, it's really cool. Like, you know, just to see what that scene was. You know, that was a more underground scene, and it became a worldwide phenomenon. So now everybody got house music. Europe got house music and all that. Like Europop, they just kind of stole what's here in Chicago. But we won't call it that because I got European followers. So.
I got a question for you, Jamaica. What's a regret in the music business so far? And what's been a big letdown? And what's been a regret? And how did you bounce back from either one?
My regret and my biggest letdown on this music journey is learning how to work Logic late, not keeping up with playing the piano, and having to relearn that all again. Those are my two biggest letdowns to myself and my two biggest regrets in my journey. I could be so much further along if I could do that by myself. I could be so much further along. And trying to shout out to Zeke for teaching me all that he can when I'm around him. And, you know, shout out to all those people on YouTube that I'm looking at right now to get my mind, you know what I mean? Also, shout out to Jason Jones, because he also teaches me what he can when he's around. Love you, miss you, bro. Wherever you are in this world, you be hiding.
I was just with him last week.
Yeah. So
he's in some productions and stuff, so I get a chance.
Yes, Jason Jones is awesome, guys.
Yeah. I'm definitely gonna have him on. That's my little brother.
Yes. Yeah, those are my two biggest letdowns and regrets to myself, because, you know, being somewhere and singing and not being able to tell the musicians what key I'm singing in, or, you know, go take me to the floor, take me to the back to the one, bro. You know what I mean? Not being able to do that, it's embarrassing. It is embarrassing to me. That's how I feel.
I can.
You want to learn the number system.
Yeah, and I'm trying to teach myself, but that's not. I know that's a downfall because I'm gonna miss something. You know what I mean? Trying to do it the quick way.
Well, you know what the good thing is you can do, and something that I've done, like I just told Zeke, nobody knew, because I used to, learn piano at school. I started back taking piano lessons.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing. I think I'm gonna hit Mr. Allen up. First there. I think y'all know who he is. But anyway.
Oh yeah. But
yeah.
And, I think I'm in the south suburbs, right?
Yes.
Used to rehearse there sometimes. Yeah.
Yes, he gives piano lessons. I'm gonna hit him up, and I'm gonna also hit up Rick Hopkins.
Rick, Little Rick.
Yes, I know. Rick.
Funny story about Little Rick. Little Rick used to play for my church. I had him. I used to make him play for a youth choir.
Yeah.
I've been on Rick since he was like 13.
Yes.
He's amazing.
Shout out to Rick.
I don't know if I know
Rick. Amazing.
Yeah, he's a young
so
kid
he's
from
giving out
Indiana,
lessons right now too, and so I'm hit him up too because I've worked with him before.
Yeah, Rick Hopkins.
Bro.
Yeah, it's definitely a good skill to have, like when you know what key you in and stuff like that. Because it's so easy to in excitement start a song off way too high, or to be like just kind of like an and then you start the song way too low, and you try to hit this low note you like. And singers be doing this a lot too, man. They don't know what key to start a song in, so they'll start singing. A musician, if it's a good musician, they gonna pick you up.
Yeah.
And then they done put themselves in the wrong key. So then they look at the musician like, that ain't right. That ain't the right. They be like, nah, you started the
This
wrong
is where you started. Yeah.
Right. I picked you up. Like, and then if you try to front musicians off, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, y'all gotta stop abusing musicians. Like, we gotta stop preachers. Y'all gotta stop abusing musicians, man.
Yeah.
Preachers be out here abusing musicians, like
because the right musician ain't got up and just popped one of them in their mouth.
But they started to talk back now. Social media.
Yeah, all you gotta do is hit one pastor in the mouth real good. That'll break all of it. So Jamaica, that's the truth. What's been a moment of proudness for you, or a moment that you said, I'm proud of myself, or I overcame this, like in your music, and then in your personal life, what's been something that you've overcame?
Writing all the songs and then recording all the songs I recorded from my first EP. Even though I haven't released them all yet, I will release them because they're basically the things together. But I'm going to release them because I did it, and that was the proudest thing. Releasing Say Less, then turn around and releasing I Don't Want It. And then I have songs lined up to be released, and I'm already writing my next project out. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Zeke for releasing those beats because he is helping me. He don't even know he is. So yeah, that's Jackie. And so then, that's.
And I had them, and I forgot to even call her too, Zeke. I had them play it on 102.3 a couple of months ago. Play her song.
Yes.
And the guy, Norris played when I told him.
Norris always
let me pause. I don't mean it like that.
Yeah, every time you give love to Dead and Norris, I'ma always give love right back, because those two have been huge supporters.
We'll get you back in rotation.
Yeah.
Like, they for real love.
In rotation. Yeah. So at least when you're in the car one day, you turn the radio and hear stuff. Oh, that's me.
Yeah.
Other stuff. Now, where do you see yourself, or what's your goal? Like, where are you trying to get with this? Are you one of, and this, no, not at all. If you are you a person that's like, God, I'm going, this is where I want to go? Or is it a thing of, I'm going where you want me to go? Do you have a certain focus or direction you want to go in? Because some people want to be the next Kiara Shear, or the next McCrae, or the next whoever, her, or whatever. Where do you want to go? Who's that guy? Oh, that's good.
This is how I'm going to answer that.
Mm-hmm.
My biggest dream was to be on stage, and it wasn't necessarily me being the lead singer. I wanted to be a part of something like God's Property or Kirk Franklin and the Family, and I got that twice with LSW and New Experience. So that was my dream, and it happened. And so I'm dreaming new dreams and dreaming bigger dreams. I don't know. I think it's a little bit of both. I'm thankful for where I've been. I don't really know where I'm going. I guess what I would really want is to be able to do my music full time, and whether that be writing or whatever. I want to do my music and my acting full time. I don't necessarily want the fame. I just want to be able to get paid for my passion.
Yeah, I like that. Yeah.
Whatever just happened.
Whatever happens. So, you know what I mean? Yeah.
Okay.
I would like to do followers on my social media.
Yeah, make sure y'all follow her.
But
y'all make sure y'all follow. And just so we all know, speaking of followers, we do have people on Instagram. I can't see the comments at all today. So Instagram is worse today than it was yesterday. I'm just going to point that out. So if you're on Instagram and you're leaving any comments, again, I want you to know I love you. Yeah. I really, really love you. I just can't see none of your comments.
Yes.
Well, you know,
Rhonda is coming.
But if you are following and watching on Instagram, shout out to you. We love you. Make sure you're following Jamaica Lachey. And then we got people on YouTube. But shout out to the people on YouTube. Hey, how y'all doing? Some of those comments are coming across. Like, people coming in on there. You know what I'm saying? And we got people on Facebook. So we got folks all over the place.
And you know what else too?
Folks everywhere. So shout out to everybody today.
And I gotta say this to Jamaica, because she is doing some amazing stuff.
Thank you.
And I meant to tell Ari this yesterday too. And I owe all of them an apology. I haven't made heart to none of their stuff at all. And you know what? It's not a thing of not wanting to go and support anybody. It's just the timing is always, I'm gone every single time. Like even when Zeke did
you do be gone.
I was gone. I leave Monday. You know, I've been gone a lot more because my responsibilities have changed. But I apologize to all of you, Jason and you, Jamaica, and Ari.
Man, listen here. If there's one person in this world who don't gotta apologize for that, like I'm gonna brag on Eric for a minute.
I gotta do it because you know what? It bothered me. I even had people like, and I'm gonna bring it's a sad situation. Even in BRL, one of the girls that was one of my favorite people. I used to pick with her like Rita, and she had a baby and died during childbirth.
Oh no!
And everybody went to the funeral, and I was out on the road somewhere, you know, and that bothered me. So 2025, I'm telling the whole world this because Jamaica, to be honest with you, with these videos that we do like this on here, by the end of the day, it's thousands of views.
Yeah.
And once we get this figured out on one of my pages alone, I got like 30,000 followers. We're gonna get it so everybody see it. So for everybody, I apologize to everybody. I just want to say that.
We love you, E.
But I'll show up. 2025, I'm going to show up with people's stuff. Ari,
Here's the thing. Here's the thing with that, E.
Rita, I'm not coming.
But I know if I call you,
I will come.
Yeah,
so
I will come.
That's why I'm saying because I gotta brag on E.
And see,
he won't let me do it. That's why he keep cutting me off. He won't let me brag on him. I
just want to say this real quick before you do that, because for those of you that don't know, I work with a lot of different people, and right now my responsibility has changed to a lot of them. I have, I'm role managing this person. I'm doing this anthem, this and all these different groups and artists, and I stay gone a lot. And it bothers me when I miss stuff. You know, Rita's a hater in the comments. Rita's had events, and I apologize to you too, Rita, because you had things that I didn't make.
Okay, Tiff.
And I see Tiffany, your baby shower. I probably won't be in town. I think because I already know that date sounds familiar. But if it is, I'll come. But I just want to apologize to everybody and tweet. I promise everybody I'm gonna do better and popping in on stuff and showing up. And that's that.
Y'all know I'm.
Let me wipe my camera.
I'm letting him say everything he's gonna say so I can stay and brag on him. Shout out to James Brown. Thank you, James Brown.
I wanted James to show up.
Thank you, James Brown, for popping in so I can brag on E. No, for real. There's anybody who ain't got to apologize for nothing.
Yeah.
Eric is one of them dudes because Eric has got a lot of us some huge opportunities. Like,
yes.
Like, you know, people be saying stuff about me, but at the end of the day, I'm one of them same people who benefited from Eric being able to put me on. Like, you know what I'm saying? I mean, Eric helped get me to those record contracts, and Eric got me, the big stages and all that stuff like that. Now I will say this much: if Eric believes in you, like, he gonna push you. So he gonna push you. He gonna do his thing, and even if he can't show up to everything, he's showing up behind the scenes for real.
That's right. That's right.
For
your name in rooms.
So many people, yeah. I mean, so many. Like, when I first met Fred, like, remember we were sitting at dinner with Fred, and he was like, if there's anybody that's y'all's biggest cheerleader, it's Eric. All I ever hear is, you need to meet this dude Zeke and this group. Eric has put people on. I'm just gonna go ahead and say it. Like, Eric helped get Ty Tribbett on. Eric helped get Jonathan McReynolds on. Yep. Eric helped get Eric helped work that stuff with Kirk Franklin and the family. Eric works alongside James Fortune, Fred Hammond, that's his role.
Yes. Shout out to
his staff. Like, every big name that you can think of. Jessica Reedy, he helped get her moving and going. Like people who legitimately were like just kind of local or doing a thing. Eric helped get them to national stages, and the work speaks for itself, because we all know Jonathan McReynolds. We all know Ty Tribbett. We all know like these names. Yeah. And Eric was influential and pivotal in helping getting them moving. So yeah, that dude right there, man.
Yeah.
Shout out to E.
I'm sorry I had to go.
Shout out to James Brown and Donald Trump. They made appearances while you were gone.
Donald Trump. I had to show Donald Trump.
They made appearances while you were gone, and they agreed with everything.
Trump is trash. But, and this is about you, Jamaica. The baby is.
Is the baby moving around?
Yeah,
she's around.
She's kicking her thing.
She's getting active. She's like,
she's getting active.
She's like, come get me. But you guys everybody has done such amazing things. And like the whole thing with Jonathan, like Jonathan Reynolds, the thing was with Jonathan, it's funny. I called him, Jonathan was 17, I think it was. He was in a group called Mind Over Matter. And Jonathan is blown up at his own thing.
Yeah.
But I thought about a time when he was, I called him and said, hey, little dude, take this address and go sing for these people. He's like, where am I going? I'm like, don't worry about it. Just go sing. And it was Sunday's Best situation.
Yeah.
And he didn't make it because he wasn't old enough. But at the same time, no, he was only 17. But but Gina from E1 was there. And Jonathan, he did his own thing, made his connections and stuff. But it's like, I look at people like Jonathan, and I look at people like that, when you have these people that you look that's doing major things out here, and I didn't, like Jonathan, he did his own thing, him and Walter. But somebody brought up that shout out he gave me on Kevin Stage's interview.
Yeah,
and that's what it was. That's the thing that for Jonathan, that it was just a thing of push, because Jonathan to me is a vocal man, and his group Mind Over Matter that he came from. Oh my God,
I call him voice like butter.
Them dudes were crazy. Robert James and Darian, and Renzo and Emmanuel. That was his group. They were killing. So, and Ty Tribbett I met in an interesting way too. Jamaica had to bounce off for a minute.
Yeah, we're gonna bring her back on. She had to go. The baby got active.
Baby got active.
Baby got active. She's back. Okay, I'm bringing her back on.
So no, and I just like to say, like, all these guys that Zeke mentioned, a lot of them had success and things going, and I just thank God that I was able to be a part of. I'm in some parts of all of their history in some form. Like, I remember Ty Tribbett's No Way. What's that record? What was that? Life. The Life project.
Life, yeah, that was a Life record.
I remember the guy named Veron Carter. Now, he used to work for this record label called, Zeke, you remember because you was over there at that school you went to. Oh, look at little Marcus' face.
Oh,
Jesus Christ, he looked like Marcus. He looked just like her daddy and her brother.
Just like her daddy and her brother, yes.
God.
Yes.
You remember Bob Carlisle? I don't know if you remember him.
I remember that name, but
he made that song Butterfly Kisses. Like, those other people loved it. And I remember we got Ty's record because the A&R director, Bernard Carter, he sent it to me. It's like, what you think about this? I said, oh, that's Ty. It's going to be crazy. Do you know that guy, Barcott, said this is trash and never go anywhere? Now look, who, you know, he's off the business. Ty is out there. So I said all that to say, I think a lot of those people had their own success. I was just intertwined in certain some people, very small parts of their life. And in some people, I'm constant in a big part of what they do now, like Fred and other people. But you guys, again, LXW was, I think, was something that changed that. You know, I think LXW pushed people in different areas. You know, what you did, Zeke, and what you got. Like, look at Tamika, who always had that creative eye to do.
Yeah.
Creative. Now look what Tamika's doing, man.
Shout out to Tamika and Icon Studios.
Shout out to Tamika. I used to call her too much Tamika.
She's killing
We
it.
had a few Tamikas, so Tamika was my girl. Y'all know I used to always look. I'd be like, Tamika, you gotta be like her. She be singing all that because she was always just real creative. And people be like, she's doing too much. I called her too much Tamika, and I was like, but that's what we need.
Her. Yeah, people didn't understand Tamika, but I did. I got her. She was a creative.
Yeah.
You know, you have people like DeVaris. DeVaris is working with us now. And the group DeVaris worked with is now in negotiations with my block, and DeVaris is handling the business. He's talking to the label.
Go ahead on DeVaris.
And I was on the phone with DeVaris telling him, do this, and you need to do this, and do that, and the other. And I'm going out to fly out with him to help him do something. But I sit back and look at people that were a part of what we did. Jason, who was, you know, Jason's doing plays and writing scores.
Yes.
And
Jason
stuff.
is doing like stuff that with orchestras and stuff that I
Woo!
just wouldn't even think of. Like,
Jason.
or just sit down and put an orchestra piece together, make it feel something.
You know,
Yeah.
like Nate Sean. You got Nate Sean, Bella, sorry. Bella.
Yeah.
She get mad, but like Bella, who's doing different vocal things, and like the last tour Fred did, they put her over the vocal stuff.
Yes,
go came in, she was arranger what was happening with the stuff, and you know, all of these. Oh, hold on! Shout out to my boy Lehman, his birthday.
Happy birthday, Lehman!
And we got stop the music. We got the bishop on the phone, bishop on the video, pastor. What do you call it? Ecclesiastical.
AP Rich.
AP
Rich.
Oh, in the morning he's Dr. Daddy Daycare. That's the
What up?
in the morning.
What's happening?
And for those two, Rich Holmes is another person. Let's talk about Rich real quick.
Rich does it all.
No, Rich does it all. And Rich, the funny thing about Rich when I met him was I don't even know how we connected with Rich when BRL days. I don't know how we ended up connecting with Rich.
It was Toya Mo. Shout out to Toya.
Toya did.
Right. Yeah, that's what we
linked up with Rich.
Toya Ledbetter.
Yeah, right. Toya. We hooked up with Rich and got in there for rehearsal. Rich became an amazing part of the team and helped build stuff and built relationships. And Rich is another person who, you know, dude is a wealth of knowledge for people, man. Mm-hmm. I think people overlook those people that's close to them. You know, like some people may overlook Rich and that's around him, but people that some of us don't know who deal with Rich value his thing. Like you, Zeke, some people's around Zeke, like, oh, that's just Zeke. But you can go over here to Norway and you the biggest thing happening in that country. You know, Jamaica, people may say, oh, that's just Jamaica, but Jamaica goes back home to Indianapolis, or she may be in Indianapolis, but in other places she's just another. All of them. People around me like, oh, that's just him. But I can leave out with somebody else, and the whole, you know, I got security working with. But I think we don't honor each other enough. And around us and stuff like that. And it's enough information with these 4 people to teach a seminar.
Yeah, like for real.
I concur.
Y'all see Hood on here. Shout out to Chris Hood. He's
got
Hood, all that stuff like that. He came out of that movement with us. He came through there as well. Like it's just so many people. We start naming names too much that we won't get into nothing else. I got something with me right now.
Songbird too.
Who?
Songbird, I forgot you. Songbird sang with us too.
Yeah, Songbird has traveled all over the country with us, singing and just being a
amazing alto.
Yeah. You got that. You know, I love a good raspy alto voice. Yeah. I love a good raspy alto voice. That's you win. You'll have a winning team with a few raspy altos. Between Ari, Songbird, And who else was there? Like they were
Back in the
were
day?
my raspy. They were my raspy altos. I was able to really build the sound out of that. And then I had like Jamaica and Janie, like that.
Yeah,
they were like a 90 voice soprano section between the two of them. Like
them two, and then you would add.
Was just
remember that four? It was always Jamaica. It was always Tasha, Nashawn, and Jamie.
Yep.
Them four was an entire.
Yeah, Nashawn, because Nashawn had that good rounded out voice. And then Brittany, don't miss.
Yes, go ahead, Britt.
Brittany and Nashawn had such a round out tone between the two of them. They rounded it out. And then Jamaica and Janie gave me that power and the range. So like it just created like a sound I was able to work with.
You know, congrats to Brittany on her weight loss situation.
And
being a worship leader
talk about that.
in her church. So Brittany, congrats for everything you're doing as well.
Yeah. So Jamaica, I've got something here. I've got something here. I asked Rich to send me something. Is it okay if we do this? Is it okay?
Yeah.
Is it okay if we play something? Y'all want to hear some of Jamaica's music? Can we play one of your songs?
Yeah.
I don't know if you
put the hearts in the comments.
Huh?
It's in the comments.
Put the hearts in the comments if you want to hear.
Yeah, put hearts in the comments if you want to. If you wanna hear some songs from Jamaica, we got some music from Jamaica Lachey. So I've got this song. I've got the song "I Don't Want It" with me right now. I asked Rich to send it to me. I got that one. Hopefully we'll get Say Less, the mastered version. I'm trying to find it on my computer, and stuff just ain't stuffing right now.
Yes.
So, but I do have. Rich did send me "I Don't Want It," which I absolutely love. And I want the people to love. So I will say this about this song.
I love y'all.
Well, I'm gonna say this about the song before I play it. I randomly start singing that song all the time. Like no, and you don't understand. Like to me, I think when you first wrote it, it was almost like a prophetic. It was almost like a prophetic situation, like because it was just like if it don't show me, if it don't bring me love, if it don't bring me joy, like I be making my own words up. But it's that whole I don't want it, and like I was, y'all know what sometimes I talk about it. I don't talk too deep about it. But for those of y'all who know, and I used to sing that song. Like it would help me out. Like it would bring me back to a thing of, of this. So I want to play the song. So let me get it all set up here. You want to speak a little bit about that song real quick? Tell us, introduce it. I'll let you introduce your song.
Where'd it come from?
When I wrote "I Don't Want It," I had been was in one of those letdown spaces of people around me. Some people who and Zeke, I don't know if you know this, but some people who I consider very close to me, very close friends. They are still close friends, but in this moment they hurt me, and I don't know if they even realized that they did. But they told me that only reason I was doing what I was doing and how I was doing so well and able to write music and do stuff is because I do whatever Zeke say. Basically, wow. I was Zeke's lackey. His I was his. That's how they put it to me, and it was like basically, if it wasn't for Zeke, I wouldn't be doing nothing. And so at that point, you
don't want to call them out because I get them.
Nah,
I don't mind at all.
No, she said water under the bridge now.
Nah, cool. It is. It's water under the bridge now. But I was in my feelings.
Yeah.
And I was pretty much like faith them, okay? Faith them at this point because y'all don't know all the stuff we just talked about, my journey, you know what I mean, of getting to where I wanted to be at, getting to this point of being able to even put the song to paper, to write it, to lay it out, you know what I mean? All I had went through to get to that point, and I was upset. And so I'm like, you know what? If you're not adding to the positivity here, if you're not teaching me anything, if you're not paying none of my bills, I don't want to hear it. I don't want none of that. If you're not bringing joy, if you're not bringing love, if you're not filling a void that I have in my life, I don't want it and I don't need it. And that's where I don't want it came from, because I was mad. Okay. I was prayed off.
I was prayed off, and I said, "Fake them people." That's
right. Exactly.
We just got such unique ways of cussing. We got such unique ways of saying what we really thinking. We got such unique ways.
Listen.
So, well, I'm going to, without any further ado, I am going to play the song "I Don't Want It" by Jamaica Lachey. It's dope. So y'all ready? Turn your radio up. Turn your
devices.
I don't know who listens to radio. Turn whatever device you got. Turn
Right,
it up. If you're listening to the speakers,
turn it up.
Yeah. Rich Holmes, you do the best introductions in the world.
Yes.
Give an introduction to Jamaica Song real quick. Come on.
Coming to the what is this called? StreamYard.
The platform.
Zeke Live in the morning. We on Zeke Live in the morning.
In the morning, you know, we have an amazing artist here who does such a great job with getting the message of the kingdom and whatever it is that she's feeling at the time. The world just resonates and understands it, and she does great with music to it. Y'all get ready to hear from a great artist by the name of Jamaica Lachey. I don't sing it now.
Stand up, never lay down. Used to see us in the back, we in the front now. They tried, we did. Stepping up, no chill, I'm about to go in. Steady dancing in the clouds, got Abba walking miles, talking handshakes, smiles for the big win. Almost on the reach in, trying to put their bid in, hoping they can slide just a piece in. But this ain't for the weak, for the hearts wanna sleep. Put a guard on your piece, gotta stand in your sleep. Take a breath and be meek, gotta take it from me. No one can do you like you do it. Be fluent in you, that's a movement. Stay focused on you, it's not selfish, it's true. It is only to you that you prove it. If I can't feel no love, I don't want it, yeah. If you can't feel these boys, I don't want it, yeah. If it don't bring me joy, I don't want it, yeah. I don't want it, I don't want it, yeah. People used to talk how me could falling off, now they looking for my corner. Red Bull on the backtrack, I ain't cutting no slack, it's a new order. Set my team real strong now. Kingdom coming like the song now. Guaranteed on this walk, you won't believe, but his word is the creed, and my faith equals free. No one can do you like you do it. Be fluent in you, that's a movement. Stay focused on you, it's not selfish, it's true. It is only to you that you prove it. It is only through him that you prove it. It is only through him that you prove. If I can't feel no love, I don't want it, yeah. If you can't feel these boys, I don't want it, yeah. If it don't bring me joy, I don't want it, yeah. I don't want it, yeah. Entangled entrapments, the pressures of being down. Transcendent traps and dead bodies have shined the clouds. Depression's a trophy for Gen Z, and socials will kill you with envy, fabricating the lie through the enemy. My state, it is altered and change has occurred. Intention is heavy on serving this word. My being has meaning, no love lost, I mean it. I'm good, love, believe me, that's true, I don't think. If I can't feel no love, I don't want it, yeah. If you can't feel these boys, I don't want it, yeah. If it don't bring me joy, I don't want it, yeah. I don't want it, I don't want it, yeah. If I can't feel no love, I don't want it, yeah. If you can't feel these boys, I don't want it, yeah. If it don't bring me joy, I don't want it, yeah. I don't want it, yeah. Yep.
Jamaica Lachey, everybody! Woo! Yo, the comments lit up. They loved it. They loved it. The people love it. If you love it, yo, let her know. Because we're talking about encouraging people.
Go download it.
Let her know.
Yes.
It's on
Yeah,
Spotify
everybody-
right now.
Yeah, it's out there right now. You
It's
can
out
another one,
everywhere.
get it on
Are they
all
playing another one?
platforms.
Platform.
Are they playing another one of her songs?
Do we got Say Less out here?
Yeah,
Zeke,
sent it to
you
me.
got some of the raw stuff that ain't been released yet. I know you do somewhere.
I do. I can't find it. Oh, I do have it. Oh, snap. You did say, how come this didn't pop up in my text messages over here? Okay. Wait. I got another one. It's just not showing. Yes. As y'all can see, I'm clearly not. Why is this not in my?
Oh, the baby.
Okay, no wonder I was confused by this. Okay, hold on. Let me do this. So Jamaica, that was dope. It looked like the people loved the song.
Yes,
I think they loved the song. If you loved it, let her know.
Let her know.
If you love it, let her know. Let her know.
Yeah. Like
really let her know.
That, urban sexy Jesus.
I know that was a dope comment. Come on, urban sexy Jesus.
And how you really let her know you love it is you go download it.
Yeah.
Share it and you download it.
Yep,
and it's funny, Zeke. That's Norris right now talking about it.
Come on, Norris.
Norris.
Shout out to Norris, like he is the man. I promise.
Oh, Rich, because Rich, since I know you're doing some stuff. I got after the call, Rich. Let's talk for something because
yes, sir.
I got some. I just made some major radio connects to get stuff on the radio for people easily. Like on one guy alone can put it on 30 stations. He's syndicated.
Oh, let's do it, man.
Yeah, hit me and we'll start Jamaica's music. Get it on everywhere next week.
Yeah, and that's how
Tiffany said she's twerking. You pregnant?
That's how you got pregnant. She's twerking, but I couldn't help it.
See,
you know, you got that baby when they want to twerk.
Hey, that's not even my twerk song, but my twerk song ain't my song. But yeah,
that twerk.
Oh, I kind of want to play one on here, like the twerk joint that we.
Please play the twerk.
Oh, okay.
Anytime.
Should I preview Rich? Okay, Rich is my manager. Rich and Eric are my managers. They got the Rich is my manager. Eric
Rich got the say so on that one.
If the two of them say I can play this one, I'll play it. But
I get at the Rich. That's Rich.
If they say I can play it, they're in agreement. I can play this one. I'll play it. But I don't know if I'm
getting one of y'all two together.
I'm still a kind of artist, so I got to be careful.
Okay.
I can play that one.
I think so. If this is what we talking about.
Okay, bet I'll play. I gotta find it. Well, I gotta find it. So hold on, let me figure out how to get
something new and fresh that could be coming this at the end of this year or summertime this year. We don't know when it's gonna come out, but hey,
you know what? Also, too, this is a great segue to bring this up. The next plan for this show, like the Zeke, we don't get everything rolling. But the next move for us is to turn into a talk show, radio show. So new artists get ready because we're gonna be playing music. We're gonna be doing all that good stuff. You know, back in the day, radio did their thing. We about to do it all over again.
Yeah.
This is the way to go.
I cannot get say less than Rich. Do me a favor.
Yeah.
Like, can you? I don't know how to make it's not going to my computer. I don't know what's happening.
You want an email to you?
Yeah, can you email me? Say less. I want people to hear Say Less. I love that song so much. Let's see here. Maybe if I send it to myself this way.
I'll be right back, guys. 1 second. I'm here, but I'm gonna turn my camera
on. Sorry, y'all. I just got quiet for a minute.
Want it? Yeah. I be trying to sing sometimes. It's real out here.
Well, I told y'all, Rich used to be you know.
That song gets you woken up in the morning, huh? I know Zeke live in the morning is a good thing to watch, but that song right there, man, I'm telling you, put that on.
I found it. I know what happened. I was on the wrong text thread. That's why I
got it.
Too many.
When I opened up and it was I don't want it, I was like, I know that says say less on my phone. How did it change? I'm on the wrong text thread. My God.
Rita, what's up?
Y'all finding out that 40 is 40ing for me. That's all right. So Jamaica Lachey, I know you still here. You got the baby. You got to do some stuff. Are you still talkable?
She might have muted because the baby was.
She muted because the baby is baby.
No, I'm here.
Okay. All right, so give us a little talk of Say Less. So this is what I want to do for the rest of the show because we got 30 minutes left. So this is what I want to do. I want to play 2 more songs that Jamaica's on. I'm going to play Say Less. I'm going to play one that me and her worked on together that's not released yet. So y'all will get a preview to that. And then I want to dive into a question that we got yesterday. And this is how I want to close the show out. A question that we got as shout out to Merv. Merv. Ain't his last name Hammond?
Yeah, Merv Hammond.
I'm like, wait a minute. Did I get that wrong? because he gave us a really cool question, and I do want to like dive into that. And we have kind of been alluding to it the whole conversation, but I want to approach it maybe a little bit more directly to close the show out. So that's how we'll spend the next 30 minutes. Make sure you tag somebody. If you're not following us on YouTube, subscribe. It's just youtube.com/Zeke Live. It's broadcasting there. Also, of course, if you're on Facebook, you're probably already friends with me or following me. So shout out to that. So just make sure that you tag somebody and share it, and keep the comments going because we love all of that. If you're over on Instagram, I cannot see you. I know you there. I just can't see you. I'm so sorry. Hopefully next week we'll have all of those little quirks and things figured out, so we can be a little bit more smooth and have our Instagram people be able to be a little bit more love and recognition. But I'm going to play Say Less. Huh?
Is it a way to add administrators to StreamYard on this thing so we can?
Don't get me lying. I'm still learning how to work it. Like
I'm gonna read up on it. All right,
but we're gonna figure all that out as we go. This is one of those we're building the plane as we go situations.
So y'all can watch it from the ground up. Y'all gonna get to watch it all the way through.
Yeah, y'all watching it from the ground up. It's some of the stuff that we can only figure out as we were going live. So it was like I'll sit around and talk about it for the next 3 months, and then at some point I was just like, I'm sick of talking about it. I just want to do it. Like, so here we are, just doing it. So Jamaica, explain Say Less. I want to play Say Less because Say Less it's my groove. I love it, man. So explain it a little bit. It's got it's a groove. Yeah.
Say Less was the first song that I wrote and put out there that I actually completed and put out there. Say Less was a realization point for me of realizing that in order to make this dream come true, I'm gonna have to tap in to my spiritual self and tap into my praying power. And so it just was a note to self and to anybody else who is going through anything that, at the end of the day, pray more. And you always, the thing now is like move in silence, right? So just say less and pray about it and then pop out married. Ain't that right?
Hey, I love it.
So just,
I love it.
You ain't got to tell everybody what you're doing. You ain't got to announce all the moves you make, although social media in today's world makes us feel like we do. But you don't have to announce everything you're doing. It's okay to move in silence.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's better that way.
Yeah. Well, without any further ado, y'all know what I'm going to do. I'm going to bring Rich Holmes to the stage to introduce Say Less because he's one of the greatest introducers in the world.
I mean, what more can I say about this amazing talent that we have in front of us? She has been seen on all walks of stages and different places of life. And we just want to welcome her in with another amazing single. This was her first single.
Yeah.
It was called Say Less. And we need y'all to say less and pray more. Go ahead, Jamaica. Take it away. Say
hey.
I'ma need you to say less, pray more. 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 And that's a way to the promise. Stuck in the lines, they tell when you cry. Complaining and waving all the wires eyes. Silver and gold have I not, but I serve you this knowledge is straight out the pot. Yeah, you should be thankful for what he's done. Praising his name, you already won. Second to no man, get with the program. God is the source for your overcome. Yeah, my Lord is the source for your overcome. Yeah, with Christ the source shall overcome. Yeah, the battle's already won. My Lord is your overcome. I'ma need you to work. Rejection, it was flexing, but I had to keep on stepping. Stop the talking, start the walking. Who knew silence was a weapon? Still holding on, but I'm praying more. God is no fable, he raised the score. Smaller lessons learned. source is the way I further this journey. Please give me your attention, they just listen, he's the truth. The only one who knows and recognizes the real you. So if you feel me, if you with me, if this resonate with you, stop the playing, no more gaming, add some work and see some work to the promise. Say, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, yeah. Say, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. I'ma need you to say less. Pray more. I'ma need you to say less. Pray more. Say, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. Say, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. And if you feel me, if you're with me, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. One more time, if you feel me, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. I'ma need you to say less. Pray more. I'ma need you to say less. Pray more. To the promise. Add some work. Add some work.
My God, if y'all like that, please let her know.
Today.
Please let her know.
My God, today.
Oh, did I mute your mic?
And Zeke, for the people
My
to know,
God, today.
Jamaica hits all her high notes and her mouth barely be open like that.
Did you say what?
She hit all them high notes and her mouth barely be open.
Right.
No,
You guys are telling me stuff I don't know about myself. So wow, thank you, Mr. Jordan. What y'all calling me, Jordan? What is it?
Yep, that's J. I call him JR. That's
JR.
People know call him JR. That's how I was introduced to him, JR.
Okay.
That
Okay,
is
I'm gonna
Bishop
call him
Willie
Mr. Jordan.
Jordan's son. That's what the Willie L. Jordan Jr. is from. He's Willie
Pastor
Jordan, St. Mark.
of the big church, St. Mark. Where
St.
we
Mark.
Oh
with,
yeah,
St. Mark down there. Yeah.
church we did with
Melanie
Church
Hunter,
Lincoln
the
and
voices of St. Mark.
Yeah.
That's where they came from.
Yep.
So he knows music. Y'all saw me put the songs he did.
yes,
Tennessee
sir.
Girl, yeah. Future, those are like big house hits. You see him on the thing in Navy Pier. That's him. That's all his stuff. Now I can brag a little bit about Say Less because I got a chance to help work on the music for Say Less.
Talk
I
about
got
it.
a chance to help on the music with that one. So like I'm hey, I got the pat on the back. Pats on the back. I can remember low key though, real talk, and Rich will vouch for me on this one. I remember when Jamaica did that song the very first time. Like we did a thing over at APC, like over at Morgan Park. Shout out to Pastor Bill Ellis. I love everybody. We did a thing for Thanksgiving. This was during like still the pandemic, and so they were doing their Bible study on Tuesday nights on Zoom. Oh, not on Zoom. Sorry, on YouTube. Like doing it live like that, but then they started doing like a live one every now and again where, they had a guest artist come in. And so this was Thanksgiving weekend and they asked us to come in. They asked us to come in there and we did. We came in and we did that song and I looked over at Rich while Jamaica was up there on the stage and she was singing that song. But the reality is the night before was when she came over to my crib. And she was like, I got this idea for a song, da-da-da. She kind of hummed out the bass line that she was hearing and all that. And I just helped her put a mock track together. Wow. And then she sang it the very next day because it was a Zeke Lock of the New Experience set. But, I'm always going to give room for my people. Like, no, it's part of the experience. So I gave Jamaica like 10 minutes worth of a set. And I think we got it back. I gave her 10 minutes worth of a set. And, she did that song, even though we had just recorded a mock version the night before. And it was in that moment that I looked over at Rich. I walked over at Rich and I was looking around. It was like something as clear as day was like, this is where you're going to be at next. Yeah. And so that's when that was happening. I was in a really confused place at that time. And Jamaica was singing, I'm going to need you to say less, pray more. And I walked over to Rich and I was like, Doc, I think this is where I'm going to be at next. And fast forward 2.5 years later, 3 years later, that's where I was next. Like, that's where I'm at now. Yeah. Like, it was an encouragement to me. Both of those songs have had personal encouragement to me. You know what I'm saying? So thank you for your artistry your doing, like
Thank you.
that is man, incredible. Man, oh look at this. I wanna throw this on here. Why am I crying? This is so good. Oh, Rhonda on the rock. Oh, yeah. I'm
Wait till you hear you. Ooh.
Man, Jamaica, really honestly, that's so good.
Jamaica,
Thank you.
I know you got a lot. I don't think you guys touched this yet, Zeke. If I can ask this question, if we got time.
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, plenty of time. This gives me time to go and look for this song.
Cool. I know you had mentioned so much that you're doing as far as mother, your wife, all those good things. You're an artist. You do great performances, but you also mentioned you're a praise and worship leader. I want to just know if you can help the people out, because I think this goes around to help all types of artists, everybody. What's the difference between being an artist and then being a praise and worship leader on a Sunday morning? If there is a difference for you, I just want to know what's the difference. If it is a difference, how do you feel about that, and how to help others that's doing the same thing as you?
There are definitely some similarities.
Okay.
And there are differences, and I'm learning those differences along the way. Shout out to my church and my team for being understanding and forgiving and patient with me while I'm going through this process. But similarly, you do need to know your audience, and but the differences come in when I'm soloing and I'm doing my own thing on stage and I'm being an artist. I can do whatever I want, whatever comes to my mind, whatever vein I want. Worship leader has a little more entail to it, because you have to know your audience. First of all, you got the praise level of it and the connection and the relationship with you personally and your spirit person. But when it comes to being the praise and worship leader, you have to make sure you are engaging your audience. You have to make sure that you're giving the leaders of the church what they need and want, what they're expecting from you. So you have to juggle a little more. When you're being a praise and worship leader versus being an artist. There's maybe a line, I think is what I'm trying to say, but there are similarities. There in any time you're singing, to me, there's a little bit of show. Even if we're in church, there's going to be a little bit of show and entertainment in it. You got to, because these are people you're dealing with and they have attention spans, and yes, everybody ain't tapped in, spiritually. So you got to think about all the people that you're trying to get in as well. So it's you got to think about that. There are age gaps. You got to try to get the youth engaged while still keeping up with our seasoned saints, and you don't want to lose them either. So it's a little more to juggle being a praise and worship leader, but it's all great. It's just a little bit more to juggle, and you just gotta be honest with yourself. Be honest with your team. Always have a plan A and a plan B, and be willing to learn. Be willing to learn. Be open to learn, and understand that in a leadership position, any leadership position, whatever goes wrong, it's on you. It's a reflection of you and what you have done or have not done, or what you still need to learn. So
when it comes to preparing, and that's good, and I know Zeke will be on in a second, our host to come back. I wanted to know, when preparing as an artist versus preparing as a praise and worship leader, is there a difference in preparation when it comes to those? Or are you kind of still hitting those the same way, but when you're on the stage, it's where you really decipher the difference? How do you kind of play that role with preparing?
Prepping for me personally is basically the same. Okay, what are we doing? Okay, rehearse and know what you're doing. Okay, know what your praise and worship members, your team members, know what your team members are doing, what their parts are. Same as with being a solo artist. Know what your background vocalist is supposed to do. Know where your band is going. Know where you want them to go. So that, And then, so that's that preparation part of it. I think the preparation for me is the same. The execution is definitely different though.
Got you, man. That's some good stuff. I hope it's helping people out there. I don't know if any other praise and worship leaders out there, you can definitely comment on it if you want to just share differences between being an artist versus being a praise and worship leader.
Yeah, you definitely want to bring the same lit energy that you're gonna bring to whether you was in the secular world or in the church. Bring the same like lit energy. Don't come to church like and be, you know what I mean, somewhere else like So bring the same lit and exciting energy, but the execution of what we're doing is different.
Got it.
Mm-hmm. No, that's good stuff. I'm glad you brought that up as a point, because I know, for the people that's with us and the people that will end up going back and watching this, I see Eric's back ready. We had to take a little break. Y'all know we've been on for a while. Sometimes you gotta get some coffee and tinkle. You gotta.
I was here. I had a call come in. I had to take.
Yeah, no, it's all good. It's all good.
Y'all can leave whenever y'all want to. We gotta keep the party going.
And I definitely want to. And here's why. Like stuff like this right here. Like we got people who do both, or maybe have so much other stuff inside of them. And I feel like the church has held so many people back for a while, because they tell you, y'all know how it is. We're not here for form or fashion. We're not here to put on no show. And it's like, well, then don't rehearse. Don't rehearse me for 12 hours per song. If it ain't about it's just about giving God your best. Well, no, you still got to rehearse it because you want it to sound good.
Yeah.
You want it to. That's a performance. And Dietrich gave me some language when we were doing LXW back in the day. He gave me some really good language. He said, when he first kind of was prepping us up, we were at fellowship. And he was like, no, there's always an element of show in everything we do. The difference is where's your heart? Like, what are you trying to get out of it? That's where the difference really shines. And so, what's on the inside of you is always going to come out. Like Ari said yesterday, on the inside of me is love. You know what I mean? Like, I got love on the inside of me. Like, she's an engaged woman. I'm sure Keys wasn't playing every praise when they, you know what I'm saying? When they went home that night. Like, it wasn't, you know what I mean? Like, there's other aspects of life that we have. And, sometimes in the church, we haven't done a really good job of letting people express and explore all those areas. And I think what ends up happening is like what Richard said yesterday, that he referenced the interview with Jermaine Dupri, with JD, saying there's not a lot of, not a lot of church musicians getting into the game no more. And so what do we end up with? We end up with stuff that just loses its creativity, it loses its soul, it loses its heart and its spirit, because the people who got that ain't even in those spaces no more. And so I'm a big advocate and proponent of letting people just go wherever the music takes them, man. Where did the art take you? Just go there with it. And if you a light, just be a light. Ain't no sense in calling it darkness and then staying away from it. If you the light, go to darkness. Darkness and light aren't opposites. Like, darkness is just the absence of light. So if you got the light and you complaining about darkness, then you ain't really got no light, because light just goes in the darkness with no fear that darkness will put light out. Light always puts darkness out. Darkness never puts light out. That's because darkness, they're not opposites. That means they have equal power. They don't have equal power. Darkness dissipates whenever light shows up, because darkness is nothing more than absence of light. So, I'm so proud of you for doing that, for being able to, to just show yourself. And shout out to Mornin View Word Church. Shout out to Rich Holmes for just, letting people just explore. I see what Relentless is doing. I see what Jamaica is doing. I see what, a lot of stuff came out of there. I mentioned earlier that even New X had his first thing over there at Mornin View.
I think you said something very important, bro, that I love, is you saying being the light. And someone told me, too much light can just cause you to be blind. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Light is in just one place, too much of it. And so a lot of times we miss opportunities because of that word you said, fear. And we're feared to go out into the darkness because we don't belong to go over there. But I love what you're saying. Well, where the light's supposed to be, it's supposed to illuminate the darkness, basically. When I show up, it changes to my atmosphere. So no, I think that's dope, man, because I've met quite a few people who, based on their decision making or the fear that they have to actually go out and do it, they stay stuck in where they're at. blame everybody else, but
I'll be vulnerable and tell y'all, like, for everything that y'all think I've done, there's more fear that's held me back from a lot of more that could have been. So I'd be the first to tap in there and be vulnerable and say, yeah, that's so true.
Because how do we pass back that, get through that part? And just in general, when people, just fear in general, how do people push past fear? And I'm speaking because I know we're talking about artists and music, and I know that can be a lot in that.
Yeah.
How do you even push back that? Is it just being acceptance from people, whatever the fear is? How do you kind of combat that, if you will?
You know what? Honestly, it took me a long time to get to this place, but this is where I really landed on it and arrived. I remember doing something with Vashawn Mitchell one time. He said, I got delivered from people a long time ago. And the words always sat with me, but it never really truly sunk into me. And the older I've gotten, I think I had to go through that whole suicidal situation, that whole suicidal year. 2022, everybody say throw 2020 away. For me, it's throw 2022 away. 22 was the worst year I've ever had. That was never supposed to be my story. Depression and suicide and contemplating how to do it. Like, that was never supposed to be that. And it took me to get to the other side of that to realize, as I kind of deconstructed how I ended up in that place. As I deconstructed that, I realized fake people, in the words of Shamika. Fake these people, man. Because like at the end of the day, like, you got this much time on the planet Earth, right? You got this much time on the planet Earth. And I'm sitting here worried about what somebody gonna say about a song I put out or a lyric I said. Everybody got something to say. So at some point, it really is just a flip set in mind where you just go, man, F y'all niggas. Like, I don't care what y'all think. I really don't care what y'all think. No, because when I die, everybody gonna be at my funeral talking about Zeke was so amazing and he was so good and such and such.
That was my brother
who was holding you back. Yeah, the same people who was telling you shouldn't do this, you shouldn't do that. And so at some point you just say, forget them, you know. And sometimes you just gotta cut yourself away from at some point you gotta just pull yourself away, you know, from all these folks.
I like that. Jamaica, were you gonna comment or are you chilling? Which one?
I just to kind of stay in that vein, you know, you gotta stay. So just to kind of stay there, you just confidence in yourself, faith in yourself, you know what I mean? Even if you're not, faith in yourself, okay? Confidence in yourself. And like he said, faith them people. Know what you know and know what you want and believe in that and go forward with it. Just do it. Just do it.
And, you know, I'm gonna give you another piece to what I was saying too, because like, and Rich, you know me for so long. Like, there was you could probably see some of the change. Rich has seen all the changes in my entire adult life. I've known him since I was 19 years old. So he's seen every change.
Vice versa, my God.
In my entire adult life. And like, there was a time where I was so much more confident about everything. Like somebody said something out of pocket, like, I'm Zeke Lock. I don't do that. Like, remember one time, Rich, and we was doing a gospel choir meeting about something, and it was like, well, y'all need to do something. I'm like, I'm Zeke Lock. I don't do that. I don't do that. I don't do that with my group. Like, AJ was like, this nigga said,
I'm Zeke Lock.
I had real Kanye West energy.
Yeah.
And then as I grew up and got out of college and started, you know, I didn't really go into the music world. I went into the business world. And then when I came back into the music world, you know, I came back and there was a lot of churches and stuff and all that. And so they teach you humility. They essentially teach you, take yourself out of the equation. Well, how do you take yourself out of the equation when you are the equation? You're the artist. Like, and so I lost a lot of that cocky energy that I used to have. And it wasn't cocky. I was dope. I'm sorry. We was dope. Like, in my head, I was dope. Like, you know, we went from here to here. We used to do this. Like, me and the group of people that I was with, we was dope. We was the dopest things on campus in my mind. And so I walked around with that kind of energy when it came to music, because I just knew that's who we was. Yeah. And then when I came back into it, you know, and I'm only speaking for me. I can't speak for nobody else. I'm just talking for me. Maybe you can resonate with this. Maybe you can't. But the church really drove that out of me a lot. You know what I mean? And so now I've had to deconstruct through that. But what it did was it put me at a cognitive dissonance that by the time we got to the year 2022, I'm ready to just take myself out of here because ain't nothing shaking. But but I was out of the equation, and I can't be out of the equation when I'm the artist. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
You
Man,
know?
the parallel I see with you guys, and as even with athletes as well, man, there's a lot of similarities of what you guys go through with the stress of things that's coming on to them. And even if you're saying like, you don't want to miss your moment, same thing with them. Like they be a moment, they worked hard, they get drafted, they have a bad game, and some of them don't ever want to play again. It's over with because they feel like they missed their moment. And but yeah, that's good stuff, guys. I know we running out. My bad, bro.
Yeah, we running down now. We got about 5 minutes left, and so really, and we might go over just a little bit because I do want to play this song. I finally found it. And I uploaded it. Mervin, I will say this. Thank you for all of your comments and everything you put on here, because honestly, today's conversation was started because of a comment that you left yesterday, which is why we're talking everything that we're talking about today. So thank you for your input. As y'all can see, your input absolutely informs what we'll talk about and what we'll do. Rich, Eric, and I, we all got on the phone yesterday after yesterday's broadcast because we saw that and we knew we wanted to dive into that conversation, but we wanted to be respectful to the time. Yeah. And so we made it a point to really let today's conversation be around, that encouragement in being an artist and all that stuff. So thank you for your input. I did want to at least shout that out. So this is what I'm gonna do, because we did dive a little bit into the conversation. At the end of the day, let's see here. Let's see real quick. I'm still posting comments. We did a song. I was talking about 2022, how that year went for me, and there was a lot of music that came out of me that year, even though I was, in the space that I was in. It's just that the music that was coming out of me was not, it was not like praise you, Lord, praise you, Jesus. The song that was coming out of me in that time was words like depression. I've been fighting depression. Like I was writing songs like that. I was writing songs like broken, weary, I got nothing else to give. I'm tired of hearing other people's excuses. Like those are all the songs I was writing that was coming out of that year. And one of the songs that I wrote was I felt like there was nobody around. Honestly, like I felt like everybody was gone. And so I wrote this song where I was like, is anybody praying for me? Is anybody praying for me? Like, I really wanted to know, like, was anybody praying for me? Like, it felt like everybody was talking about, like, I mean, I literally disappeared off of social media, like, in the middle of 2022. I went from on social media all the time to just disappearing, and it felt like not a soul noticed. And I was just like, what the F is happening here? Like, I didn't, and all of this is going on while we're doing TV, movies, all kind of stuff that year. Like, and I tell this story all the time. We went to Columbus, Ohio. I had a very short group of people, very small group of people who did some of those gigs with me because I reached out to them and I was like, y'all, I'm going to still do these gigs. And this is what I'm dealing with. This is what's going on, and they had my back and we went. And I remember getting off the stage in Columbus. I look back at that performance and I'm like, y'all, we killed that. We did an excellent job. I remember getting off the stage and I was so mad at myself. I was just like, man, I just messed up. I remember punching a brick wall. I still got a scar on my hand right now. We walked off, and that energy, of course, transferred to my group. They were just, and Sydney came back there and was like, what's wrong with Zeke and them? They just like killed it. And I'm like, I could not see it. I mean, I remember walking off the stage, like, oh, and I just, we walking past the group. I punched the brick wall. And I was like, let's get out. I didn't want to do a retake. They would have allowed us to do a retake if I didn't even want to do that. I was like, man, just let's go get something to eat. Like I was so depressed that's where I was.
This the BT thing?
That was the
with Columbus.
That's the
Gospel Superfest.
Gospel Superfest.
Yeah, I was about to call it the wrong.
Yeah, y'all had did good. I couldn't understand what the heck was going on with y'all.
And we ended up with an opening spot. Like we ended up with the open. And if you know anything about these kinds of shows, the opening slot is like prime spot. And we got because another group was late. There was like traffic situation, all that. So they was like, oh, we want Zeke and them because they saw what we did. They let us open the show up. So, I mean, this is huge. I got off the stage. I was pissed. Like, I was just like, I just messed up. I can remember every mistake I made, all of that. And we were just walking backstage. They had this exposed brick wall. And I was just walking all the frustration. I was just like, oh, and I just remember hitting the brick wall, just like hand bleeding and everything. We sitting back there while they changing. I'm sitting there like this, literally just head down. Like my A&R rep is back there like, y'all, why are they so down? Why are they so, I just couldn't see it, bro. So, you know, that's where a lot of my music was at that time. So, you know, yeah, you know. So that's, you know, yeah. So that's where this song came from. We obviously are going to go over just a little bit today because I want to play this song. And then after I play this one, I want to allow people to get that. But when I wrote this song, I'm doing all that introduction to say when I wrote this song, I hit Jamaica up because she was one of the ones I would, you know, she'd just come over to the crib with me. You know, it was a few. Jamaica, Daisy, Ridge, Rita. Like, it was a few who I would just, you know, they just come over and they check on me. They make sure I was good. Or they'll write songs with me and do stuff. And so Jamaica, we poured out our hearts in this song. We sat here, I remember just the track just running over and over and over. We would just both write. Jamaica was writing where she was. I was right, and we got vulnerable. We got raw.
Yeah, they had to unraw my verse.
Yeah, we sent it off to the label as is, raw as all, and it was like, yeah, that y'all gonna have it. So then we had to go back and legitimately like rewrite the song and try to still capture those feelings. Jamaica was cussing Indianapolis out. I was all my friends and family out. And it was the rawest of emotions, though. Yeah. Man. Like the raw version is still better than this version. But this version too. But the raw version is like a diary for us. So y'all probably you got to probably, you know, pay for pay for Patreon to hear the raw version. But so I want to play that one. Like,
Gospel Records.
Hopefully this is the right version.
Please.
We gotta
Saints might get mad at that other version. So this song is called "Praying for Me." The reason I asked Rich and Eric if it was okay, the reason I asked the two of them if it was okay if I played it, because it's not released, it's not mastered, it's not even super mixed. It's just what we worked on. So you don't hear a whole lot of effects in it and all that.
Y'all getting exclusive. This is it.
Y'all getting exclusive.
We about to.
You're getting exclusive play. Tell your friends, tell your neighbor, tell your family, tell that person you don't even like.
I think I'm get my best rapping on this song.
I think we need to get more people on here for them to listen to this, but I ain't gonna say nothing. It's all right.
I feel you, but we got Jamaica with us right now, so
yeah, let's do it. Come on.
Shout out to everybody that recorded on this song. Boom, boom, boom. Here we go. This song is called "Praying for Me." There's some blank spots in it because nobody's recorded on it yet. Again, it's not a finished song, so this is you getting a chance. So this is the first preview. Here it goes.
It's me, oh Lord, standing in the need of prayer. It's me, oh Lord, standing in the need of prayer. It's me, oh Lord, standing in the need of prayer. It's me, oh Lord.
Standing, slipping, falling. Is anybody praying for me? Is anybody praying for me? Trying to find the prayers on me, I don't feel no prayers on me. I just gotta know for real. If anybody praying for me, can I be honest? I am so astonished that people don't call cause they would rather gossip. Then they say they love ya, but I got my doubts cause no one seem to answer. When I'm reaching out, I know I ain't the only one. Nobody else out there ever been broken, alone or forgotten. Yeah, I got my problems, trying to stay strong while some people mocking, other folks judge. But is anybody praying for me? Is anybody praying for me? Trying to find the prayers on me, I don't feel no prayers on me. I just gotta know for real. If anybody praying for me.
Negativity, a world full of enemies. Hands up, hands down, everybody hands out. Looking for promotion, but can't handle all my portions. Keep on pushing, keep it pushing, and focus on the solution. Been humbled, I've been crumbled, I've been broken down bad. But now I'm breaking bondage and I'm walking to my bag. Like the sparrow caught his eye, got my haters wondering why. If my due is done in vain, and pray for me, I'll do the same.
I'm taking suggestions for people to be able to sing on this part.
It's me, oh Lord.
Is anybody praying for me? Is anybody praying for me? Trying to find the prayers on me, I don't feel no prayers on me. I just gotta know for real. If anybody praying for me.
I can Thinking life feels so out of whack. Like I'm constantly under attack. Like nobody else got my back. Something got off track. Excuse me, quiet director, can I make a request? 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 Can I make a request?
Yep. So that's a special, that's a special edition of Praying for Me. It's done, as you can see. It's not mixed. It's not,
Yes, and before you finish it, I have ideas. I've grown.
Yeah.
And I would like to redo my verse. Same words, but just add a little.
Yeah, I feel you. Because I got to redo mine. I got to redo it. Let's do that. Let's knock that down. Let's do it. Yeah,
I'm available whenever you're ready.
Did you like it? Did y'all like it?
People like it? If you like it, let us know. Let us know. Jamaica dropped the dope verse, and mind you, that was the second version.
That was the clean version.
Clean version of the song.
Okay, the explicit is so much better.
Yeah, because it's so much rawer. It came from so much more of a raw emotion. And place, and so this was to make it more, to everybody. But Rita, you're absolutely right. Yes. This one needs to be out there. All my stuff needs to be out there. I'm telling y'all right now, though, shout out to everybody that sang on those backgrounds. You heard that small core group. I only brought them in, that small core group who really was rocking with me through 2022. And that's not to say that there were others who were rocking with me. It's just how I felt. That's all.
Yeah.
There was others who was praying for me and rocking with me. It's just how I felt. When you're in a dark place, that just is what it is. And if you've ever been in a dark place, then real talk, you understand that. You know what I'm saying? You understand that. And so, but I did have a core group of people that I can at least, they say, let them hit it.
Brandon said, I want to hear
this exchange right now.
I want the explicit version. What thoughts?
Hey,
I'm telling y'all, man, but I want to give a shout out to those that sang on the backgrounds with that. That was Jamaica was in the studio. Lauren was in the studio. So y'all were doing the soprano. Yep. So Jamaica Lachey, Lauren Spraggins, they sang on the soprano. I had Jasmine Nicole, if you follow.
Jazzy Bang Bang.
Yeah, Bang Bang. That was
Jazzy Bang Bang.
Okay, so Bang Bang is an inside name, y'all. That's an inside name. It is not what you think it means. I ain't even gonna tell y'all what it actually means.
Oh no.
Because I want to get in trouble with the law.
Chitty chitty bang bang.
Bang.
That's all I'm saying.
We was like, oh, you bang bang, okay.
Okay.
But you get them together. So she was in there. Mika was in the studio with us. We had Mika in there with us. Morris and Jason was on the tenor, and Rita was in there with us on the alto. So I had 3 altos. Yeah, Rita, Mika, and Jasmine. So Jason and Tavares, Lauren and Jamaica, and then of course I was in there. So yeah. So that was look, Rita, yep. You was in there. Yep. Like that was a crew that rocked with me, and so we had a chance to record that up at Rax Tracks. So we, yeah. Well, y'all, this has been good. We are quite over, and I want to thank y'all so much. The conversation was amazing and good. We went down memory lane a whole lot. Had a chance to share some music. So this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to give our special guest a chance to say any final comments or anything that she definitely wants to say so that she can get to that baby, because I see Juju is ready. Judah is out here ready for it. So go ahead and let the people know, what you got going on. Miss Jamaica Lachey, give people your final words.
Hey, everybody, it's the girl Jamaica Lachey. Thank you so much for joining us today. Please follow me on all social media platforms. She is Jamaica Lachey or just Jamaica Lachey. I love you guys. Download, stream my music on all platforms, and more to come. very soon. Be looking out for that special thing we got coming up on the line. Follow her podcast as well. Okay? Say bye, Judah. Love y'all.
Hey, y'all give it up for Jamaica Lachey. Give it up for Jamaica Lachey, our special guest. Woo! Y'all, that was fun, man. We had Jamaica on. Thank you, Jamaica, for being with us today. You are amazing. Your music is amazing. And it looks like the people like it. That's Say Less playing in the background, just so y'all know that it's Say Less. So you can get that on all streaming platforms. Follow her. She is Jamaica Lachey. Sweet. Yo, Rich, you got any final words you want to give the people on today?
Hey, listen, like I tell y'all often, life is choice driven. You will live and die by the choices you choose to make. I got a hint for you. Choose life. I'll talk to y'all next time. Peace.
Hey, Eric, give the people a final word.
All right, real quick, everybody, thanks for tuning in. We ask that you share this. This platform is going to grow. It's going to get bigger. As we have celebrities like Jamaica Lachey, we're going to have people, some of everybody's going to be joining us. Trust me, when we tell you who's coming on this show, some of the names we've named today, celebrity artists that will be on the show. Support. Remember, God loves
you. And as always, I am your host, Zeke Locke. Shout out to my friends, my brothers, Eric and Richard, co-hosting with me. And shout out to Jamaica Lachey getting on and letting us pick her brain today. As always, follow me, Zeke Locke, New X. That's my name. You see the tag right there. Also, you can check this out on YouTube. We will be trying to transition it. Not trying. We will be transitioning this over the next few months, as we keep going. Keyword, next few months. That means we're doing this consistently, y'all. This is what it's going to be. So we will be transitioning this over to YouTube. So I would love for you to please go and follow on YouTube. Subscribe. Don't follow. Subscribe on YouTube. Subscribe, like, share, tag, do all of that. That's youtube.com/Zeke Locke. Make sure that you're doing that because we definitely want to get you over on that platform. But for right now, we still on Facebook. Instagram, if you're still with me, I love y'all. I'm so sorry I couldn't see y'all's comments. We're figuring that out as we go, but I know y'all watching. I know I got a few people who are watching, and I want to make sure to do that. And I will get in trouble if I don't say this. Hey, wife, I love you, girl. How you doing? Y'all pray for her. She's still in the hospital right now. Y'all know she got sickle cell. We're going to talk about that one day. So pray for her, but she's doing all right. She's doing well, but I miss my wife. I need some wife stuff. So so shout out to her. And just to everybody, make sure you're sharing this with people. We want to make sure that we, giving you a good time in the morning to get your day started off right. Hey, Rich, before I get out of here, is it all right if you say a quick word of prayer for the people? I know I asked you to do that yesterday, and I might just start doing that all the time. You mind doing that?
Mind praying at all. God, thank you for this time of coming together with these, your great people, Lord God. We thank you that something was said today, Lord God, that will produce a harvest, Lord God. And we thank you that seeds have been sown, and we can water it and do the best that we can, but you will give the increase. So, Father God, we thank you, Lord God, for a successful weekend. Lord God, we pray that this be the best weekend we've ever experienced. And thank you for just life and us being the light. Thank you for Jamaica Lachey, for all the gifts that you've given her, and she's sharing with us. Let her music take her far, 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 everywhere that you want her to go. Let us have a great day, a great rest of the weekend. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Amen. We love y'all. See y'all Monday. We're not on during the weekend. I will say you might see us randomly pop in during the weekend. If we do, just jump on. Let's just go test this stuff out. But the next official show is Monday morning, 7:30 in the morning. Tell a neighbor, tell a friend, and definitely tell everybody you don't like, because we are going to talk about it. I love y'all. I'll see y'all. Peace out.